Hello, we are here for LCK Challenger League live at the WDG Esports Studio. I am Valdez, with me is Walp, and we are getting ready to jump into a very, very long day of lots of Challenger League. How are you doing, Wolf?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the possibility of a 9-gamer, because we still haven't had ours yet, and
today could be the day.
Today definitely feels like it is the strongest chance for a while. We're moving into the second round robin here of challenges as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, what's going to change, you know, how much Rel we see. Rel, very popular in LCK this week. I think we're going to be seeing it a lot in challengers because it's basic, it's simple, it's easy. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days where we got some of our lower level teams playing.
Yeah. Someone was in the chat earlier saying T1 win. T1 are not playing today.
Not today.
I did, though, go to the T1 base camp with some friends. Checked out the PC Bong, or the PC Cafe. It was very cool. It was very nice. But, yeah, they're not playing today. So if you do want to watch T1, that will be tomorrow. And I don't know. We'll have to see if they can start playing better. But today is not about T1, Wolf.
Yeah.
It's about 6 other teams.
That is the truth.
It's one Brendan.
Yeah. First time chatter, welcome.
I think he was in my chat, in my Twitch.
Let's see. What player in Challenger League do you think has the best chance of beating a fully grown American grizzly bear in a fight?
Ooh.
Honestly, it's
in
probably
Challenger League?
It's I'm gonna be honest, it's probably Guwon. You've seen that guy's picture,
yeah.
right? I bet it's actually him. I think it's him.
Yeah, because if you ask LCK, I think we have a lot of good options.
Like Kingen, maybe?
But Kingen, you know, he had that he had that for his skin or whatever. He's like
TFT
working out.
Skin, yeah.
Yeah. Zeka could be good. You know, he's kind of got the size on him. Let's talk about these results from last week, the 2 days that we did not broadcast.
So D+, they are still undefeated. They have not dropped a single game yet this season. They're 16-0 with an 8-0 scoreline. 1 game left for them in the first round robin, so looking very strong, as expected. T1 beat Guangdong, which is actually pretty huge for the bottom of the standings. Live Sandbox.
Barely.
Yeah, barely, but they did.
They did it.
Hanwha also taking out Gen.G, which kind of solidifies their spot in second. And DRX also narrowly defeated KT, so, you know, KT looking better than they did at the beginning of the season, but still some work to be done. They'll be playing later on tonight. As here are our standings. T1 passing Guangdong Freaks with that win. Live Sandbox and them tied at the same game score.
Yeah, and Gen.G right in the middle at 6th place. And, of course, DK have not dropped a single game, so they're up atop. Life Esports looking very strong in that 2nd place spot. And then for 3rd and 4th, I'm not really sure, because DRX, they were looking great, like amazing at the beginning of the year. They kind of slowed down a little bit. Their strength of schedule got a little bit tougher, and they have begun to kind of middle out for now, but they're still definitely one of our better teams here in Challengers, but Nongshim are coming right up behind them in the standings, so will be interesting to see who does eventually take that 3rd spot, or if anyone can overcome Life Esports. Nobody's overcoming DK. I don't think that's going to happen this season.
It doesn't seem likely, and at this point, it seems like D+ are going to win the entire first round robin without dropping a single game. I'm actually going to check their final opponent.
It's Life Esports, I think.
I thought, yeah, I guess you're right. I thought they played them first, but yeah, you're right.
Which is really interesting.
It's tomorrow as well.
Because Life is really good. Like, they are a very strong team.
They also, as here are our rankings for the entire season, obviously D+ at the top.
You just watch tomorrow.
Yeah. You always miss them. But Hanwha, they will also probably be playing with Guwon tomorrow, you have to guess, so that may affect their ability to play, unless they want to play Grizzly in both leagues, which we almost never see. Nongshim, you could see very up and down. The same to be said of KT Rolster, really having a bit of a tumultuous season, and a
little bit of a
Rolster coaster.
Rolster coaster, yeah. Absolutely. Papa Missy Wolf the Volcano double beef burrito is tasty.
Oh, I still haven't been able to get one yet. I checked the menus online here in Korea. It wasn't on the online menu, so I'm guessing it's not here, but I'll have to make a trip in person because you know how things are here. They don't always update very quickly. That's
and
my
it
favorite
might not
burrito.
even be a thing.
Yeah, it's probably
You
not
don't
a
know.
thing. It's probably not a thing, but
But you gotta check.
keep buying them, Papa, to keep it alive in America. So next time I visit, I can get one.
Today's schedule, that was weird. You know, even saying today is sometimes difficult. Nongshim up against KT. Definitely favoring Nongshim, but again, it's a close match. I mean, KT are a strong team as well. They are kind of the opposite of DRX, where they started off very weak, and we're like, what's going on with KT? And they're slowly coming back. Second match, DRX versus Bro. That should be our most one-sided match of the night, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Bro has, just like in LCK, like sometimes they just turn it on against really strong teams. And then that final match of the night, we're getting down and dirty.
Yeah.
It's Live Sandbox versus Kwangdong Freaks.
It is going to be down and dirty, but also Kwangdong losing to T1 makes me feel like it could actually be one-sided. Like Live Sandbox also has had some good games this season. I believe they even beat Hanwha Life, right, in that big upset win earlier this season. So, you know, there's potential there.
Well, if remember we had that discussion about which team is more red.
Yeah.
T1, KT, or Nongshim. Like, Nongshim have it in the team title, but the KT color is actually the most red in my opinion.
It was definitely more red when you had the side-to-side there. It was like more maroon for Nongshim, it felt like. But
Yeah.
in terms of who's more red on red side, I think that's probably going to go to KT. As you can see, Nongshim have picked it way more often. They actually have played 16 games of red
They
side
played
compared to
one
game.
game on blue side. One game. How is that even possible?
Yeah, that's...
I guess they pick red side, and then regardless of if they
Their
win or
team picks
lose,
blue, yeah.
the other team picks blue. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. They surely are the red team.
Yeah.
Is Claude
Sound
just
fan.
chilling? Yes.
And
On the
I'm
bench for
an
now.
Ohio fan as well, yeah. And
cool
I don't have any religion, but I believe in Vital. I only believe in Vital.
It's an interesting religion to have. The vital,
The Church of Vital.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing, but you know, maybe that one believer. You got to start with one, right? Like everything starts with one. You got to start with that one believer, and maybe you get a couple more here and there, depending on
so-
how he plays.
Maybe KT is more red in color, but they play way less red side games, but they're also statistically more successful on red side.
Ooh, what does it
6-1.
mean?
They have played 11 games of blue side. And we always zoom in on this stat because a lot of the other stats, in challengers don't mean as much. Like average game time, I'm like, well, who knows, man? First
That
blood
could
win
mean
rate,
anything.
they're all about 50, right? Like,
Yeah. How about the Herp G?
yeah, that one always makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but
Oh man.
I really hope I don't get herp G about this.
Yeah. But they get
not-
exactly one per game,
Yeah.
so that's a very nice balanced number. As Vital here, second across the board since making his way into the Challenger team. Of course, he was on the LCK team, but now to you, with his kind of crazy, kooky style, he has gone up to the LCK and Vital has come down.
Yeah, Vital is a player who has been I'd say pretty critical for Nongshim in both rosters, but his champion pool hasn't been as varied as Ju's, and so Ju ends up winning out and going up to challengers. And hey, took a game off T1 just yesterday with that Nila pick. As Hambak, one of your favorites, I think he's been the most consistent part of KT this season. You can see the point picks here are all very relevant. The Vi, I don't think he'll get a chance to play today, but Sejuani, really strong at the moment.
Yeah, his DPM is very low. I think that
Sedge.
actually kind of matters for Challenger League. And yes, he has played a lot of Sejuani. But
It does matter, though. That's a good point.
Hambak, I think he was a little bit more off the rails last season. And now either he or the team has kind of reined him in. And I think that some of his strength does get lost through that. But, I mean, he's still a strong jungler, but he doesn't have those crazy Elise games where he's like 1v9ing.
he does, you know, he did last season play around Hype, having strong side bottom, and then just playing like Elise and stuff like that. Now he's played a little bit more through top side, and I think he's been very consistent, but yeah, it hasn't had the same huge impact that he had last season as a result. Let's see if we're seeing any Ivern today. The Tristana ban tells me probably no.
Yeah, teams have just figured it out. They're like, people would pick Tristana with or without the Ivern, but if you don't have Tristana, Ivern does lose some strength. And I think there are angles to make it work anyway, but teams are not willing to do that.
Yeah, I'm not actually even really a huge fan of the Ivern right now. I think trying to have a more versatile jungle is better. Yeah, no, I'm not.
With all of your blasphemy all week last week, I had no idea, Wolf.
No, I was kind of like telling people it's not that good, and it's gonna get banned anyways. As no one have no intention of playing.
It's good.
It's Challengers, Valdez.
True, it's Challengers. I don't want anyone in Challengers to play this pick, actually.
Let's see what that final ban's going to be. Could be Sejuani. Yeah, bye-bye. See if it's going to be a first pick 80 carry, like a Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
Kai'Sa lock
I've
in.
been
Call me played it in mid and won.
I've been on the Kai'Sa hype train. I just think she does way too much. And teams have figured it out now, and they are prioritizing it correctly.
Yeah, with the ban on LeBlanc, it felt like probably wants to play at mid, or could have wanted to play at mid, but now that Azir's over there, maybe not so much. Is Master Yi will get a hover. Always a cool champion art to take a look at here before he does move on.
Why does he have so many flashlights on his head? Did we ever figure that out?
No, but also, why does Jax have the same thing? Are they related somehow?
But like smaller? I think they are, actually. Like, not even joking, I think they are somehow in the lore. I would like to see the Rel. I think the Rel is pretty good at engaging in general. Kai'Sa Rel, very, very strong combo.
Yeah.
And the Kai'Sa, as you mentioned, still potentially flexed.
Let's see if KT want to play Gragas into the Jax, or if they want to opt into Renekton and just go all in. This is perfect starting today here for KT. We didn't really mention that over Castle. And they will pick the Renekton, so this feels like we're very much doing the exact same thing as the LCK right now. Not a whole lot of changes here, nothing really challenger flavored, although usually I'd say an LCK team would save the Rel for later and prioritize jungle. So Soundo, we still have no idea what he's going to be on. I mean, I guess technically it could be Rel jungle, but probably not.
Probably not, and probably not Rel top lane like someone was memeing before in the chat.
The ban on Alistar does kind of also let us know. You know,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. Honestly, they're aware of it, Valdez.
Honestly, they're aware of it, and honestly, IMO, I think that Nongshim right now are in a really good spot in this draft. Let's see how it does get rounded out, though, because teams love to just punt drafts in the second half.
In Challengers especially.
Especially in Challengers. It's very difficult for teams to round out their comps. Bel'Veth,
man.
It's
like
a
speaking of punting it.
Zoomed out version of the Bel'Veth.
Yeah.
Why is he so far away?
Just don't want to look at Bel'Veth's face.
Yeah, she is kind of scary, I guess.
Varus will get locked in here, so I mean, this draft for KT, I think salvageable for sure. Well, I mean, hasn't locked it in, but it seems like that it's going to be locked in now. Can be nice in the lane. Don't know what it's going to be with just yet. Could see, hopefully not a Jhin, but maybe like a Heimerdinger or an Ashe. Ashe is still open, so do like the potential here to turn this draft around. Nongshim, what's it going to be in the mid lane? We do not know yet. I don't think the Kai'Sa is going there in this game, or it's going to be a bad time.
Yeah.
And Ahri is banned. I'm going to see Veigar again.
We need some, we need some other kind of control mage mid for all the pro teams to play.
Yone.
Or just do not play Aurelia.
Yone without the Sejuani. But, I mean, they have Rel to set up big combos with the Jax. And Gragas jungle.
Okay. Maybe they meant to pick Yasuo and they picked Yone instead.
Well, Wei is
I think I'm on to something here.
In here. He's like, you should have played Veigar. We're going to play Nautilus.
Are these AI-generated games? Yes, they are, in fact.
Just play Vel'Koz. Just play Vel'Koz. No! Play Vel'Koz. No.
Vel'Koz.
AI-generated games. I mean, KT's comp does kind of look AI-generated, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. It is so basic.
Nongshim is looks like not AI-generated.
Yeah.
The AI would write a 2-page paper on why the draft is not strong here for Nongshim.
What's wrong with Nautilus Wolf Stare?
I mean, I don't mind Nautilus.
I think it's great.
I just, especially not Astro Nautilus. I'm always okay with Astro Nautilus, but I feel like they could have gotten a little bit more power and prio in this lane, but they want to play defensively, want to play safe. Into the Gragas here on the bottom side. I don't think that they should have any problems getting through the laning phase against this Rel unless they really mess something up. And it's hype. I don't think he's going to mess it up.
Hey, see, Jax, it could have been Jax jungle. I was there with you, you know, that was a thing. But Jax is just really good in the top lane, and regardless, even into Renekton, he's fine. So I think just a lot of people want to have that strength in the side lane.
So combo-oriented playstyle here for Nongshim. KT just straight up front to back, lethal tempo Varus incoming with the AP build, and just going to be doing a lot of damage with the Azir. We'll probably see Feisty build Nashor's Tooth, and this Renekton's going to have to be the front line. And I think in this draft, he certainly can be. If they fall behind early, it could be a huge problem, because then Nongshim can engage however they want with the Rel, who's also kind of zoomed out. Now that you're mentioning the zoom outs, I'm like, yeah, Rel and Bel'Veth, maybe zoom in a little bit on those next time.
Well, Rel's on a horse, at least. You know, you
yeah,
kind
at
of
least
have
the horse
to,
is in there.
You have to get a little bit of the horse. I'm not sure, I can't really tell if the horse's face is in it. I don't think it is.
It's just the top of the horse's armor.
Yeah.
On the back of its neck and the top of its head.
Doesn't the horse get kind of tired carrying all that armor? I guess horses are pretty powerful.
The horse is just ripped, man.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think that the only player on both of these rosters that could take on a bear, a grizzly bear, probably Wei.
Yeah.
That would be my sense. Either way, guys, let's hop on the riff for game number 1. Easy. Apparently the horse is the armor. That makes sense because
Rel is a horse person. I think that's the that's what Atlas calls her.
What exactly do you mean?
Atlas is the one who knows the League of Legends lore and the backstory and stuff, and he calls her a horse person. So.
Yeah, she's a metal bender. Does she work at a blacksmith or something?
Definitely better than Final Fantasy 16's blacksmith. That guy sucks. He's not very good.
What?
He's not good.
Why not? What?
He's really bad. He never upgrades his stuff. I keep visiting him. Can I upgrade my weapons? Can I get stronger? Nope. Are there JRPG elements in that game? Not really. But I love the game. Yeah. I just wanted to complain about one of my least favorite parts about that game. You guys talk about Diablo all the time. I could talk about Final Fantasy.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a free excuse me. It's a free it's a free cast. No, the horse isn't actually real. It's just her armor shaped in the form of a horse, and then she moves it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's just a horse person. I think that's a better explanation.
I think that's not real. I think Chronicler just made that up right now, actually. I mean, it's cool. I like storytelling as well. But
and I will not ever put spoilers in the stream. Except spoiler, the blacksmith mechanics are not very good. It's not one of the strong points of the game.
The horse has a soul.
The horse does have a soul. It
still needs a name.
Look at it. It's getting hooked.
Yeah, look. What? That's real. It's definitely a real horse. Wei is taking a giant amount of damage. Double H is like, yeah, I'll get in there too. You can trade some back.
But where does the horse go is the real question. Yeah. Where does it go? No one has the answer.
I think Chronicler might. Flash comes in from Wei. Nice little opportunistic gank down on the bottom side. Remember in LCK recently we were casting Wolf. Nautilus lost their Flash early. And then that led to them losing the game.
I don't think it's going to be that impactful this time around, but it could. As over here, Perfect is winning the early laning phase.
Chronicler said it becomes her pants. Now, I liked the story before that, but that is just unbelievable. That just took me out of my element. I don't believe the story anymore.
League of Legends. Okay,
yeah.
Humbug's here.
Ooh. still a flash here for Double H, but the kill goes in first as Vital just going to pick up a free first blood. Might not be free for HH though, as he is going to get a shield and flash away just to die. Nice little try, but at the end of the day, it is just a trade of kills as Hype does pick up one as well.
Yeah. I've seen what he means about the pants just from watching there for a second, but I don't know if it's pants so much as just part of her armor.
It kind of looks like a dress.
It's like bell-bottom jeans.
Yeah.
But like it becomes a horse. It's very strange, as this was just, unfortunately...
oh, perfect stead. Okay. He decided not to flash either, just decided to take it instead. As Double H comes up here to help out, Call Me will be okay against the level 2 Nautilus game.
Yeah. He's spending a lot of time out of lane. Does pick up a few of those, a little bit of XP there and grab 3, leeches it. And I guess we're not going to really see what happened on the bomb side there. I wanted to zoom in on that more, but I thought he's just caught on the edge of the Counter-Strike here. It's just that simple. Slice and dice, but Body Slam going to interrupt his ability to escape.
That was a nice clean gank from Sounda. Good setup from Mihail. Nongshim in general getting the better of some of these early trades.
If he didn't get hit by the Counter-Strike, he would have been fine. But he's just on the edge of it. And then, yeah, as you said, the timing is good. As Kerchesses.
Yeah, the Kerchucky cheese is picked up here for
cheese.
For final. I just hope that Chronicler's still around so he can get to it. He hates when we don't call it Kerchais.
What's your ELO on Kerchesses.com? You use the training tool.
I do my puzzles every day. You know, my free 5 puzzles. That's about
Challenge me on Kerchesses.com. So it's going to be the new Twitch stream meta, Kerchesses.
Kerchesses.com. Yeah. We got some action brewing, like a good cup of coffee in the bottom lane. Stun comes up and Wei is so dead. He is like Omega dead. He could not be more dead than he was right there.
No, he couldn't.
And Hype has flash. No stun available, so he just walks it off. But yeah, still another kill, this time going the way of Sounda.
So, Nongshim are starting to mount a pretty significant lead. It's 1,000 gold here early, and doesn't feel great if you're a KT fan here, as it's just a horse over the wall, and straight into the bell-bottom pants.
Dunked.
And that's the end of Wei as he gets body slammed. And Sounda, man, he's having a huge impact.
Where does the horse go, though, Wolf?
Into the bell-bottom pants, I think. Like it.
Oh.
Like it just transforms.
Wait, so Chronicler was right?
Yeah, no, actually, Chronicler's right.
So Ben W from YouTube chat says, I cannot take this misinformation. The horse turns into her skirt when she's dismounted, not pants. Also, I'm fairly sure her lore is she was being trained to basically be a Nocturne soldier and rebelled.
Aha.
So I'm glad that the misinformation has been cleared up. Thank you, Ben W.
I think he's spreading misinformation. I'm pretty sure she just likes bell-bottom jeans, and it's her fashion to turn them into a horse. Also, is it a horse or a unicorn? Because
yeah, it has a horn.
Yeah, is it part of the armor?
We're all calling it a horse, but it doesn't look like any normal horse.
And it's only half of a horse anyways, right? So,
I mean, are they pants or a horse?
I think they're pants.
We got another play here as Sounda, nice cast, gonna bop perfect into the back of this lane as he's only able to slice and will not be able to dice. Doesn't even elect to flash. As Mihail's gonna play it safe. No more health given over to Perfect as he does not have his Q, and he will go down. And Sounda's just everywhere.
Yeah,
he's
man,
just
he's
like top, bottom.
He's literally just destroying KT from the outside in. And that's going to call me in. Oh.
Well, at least the damage got off.
True.
But yeah, it's Yone, so.
Not ideal there for Feisty, but we'll get the damage, like you said. Would have liked to get more. Obviously, if you catch most champions, then you'll be able to do a ton of damage with that, and then with a few of your Qs, and then poke them with your Sand Soldiers, but he just took the damage of the Emperor's Divide. Is Feisty once again in potential danger. Now Sounda has rotated over to this Drake, or rather Herald, and this fight is kind of awkward here for KT. They're going to be able to secure this, but it looked for a moment like maybe Nongshim actually come in and steal this away. But they don't. They're just going to come near it for some reason, and
just going to look at him menacingly,
yeah,
and then walk away.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
Bam! The first void has been sought.
Yeah, there's many more to come. As you have more trades over the top side. Mahile not on his first item just yet. Actually down 10 CS, even given the amount of focus that has been put up there in the top lane.
It's really easy for Renekton to CS, and he's doing it. And he also will pick up a ton of this wave, obviously, and should be able to equalize some of that. Oof.
Demolish Brock. Boom.
And he hit the Renekton, didn't get the CS, and he still got the plate. Come on, Dion. You'll be hitting those minions. Get that money. It's otherwise been a pretty, I want to say it's been a quiet early game. It really hasn't, but it hasn't been team fights. It's just been ganks.
Yeah.
Okay, this time he is not going to get hit by the Counter-Strike. That would have been very problematic.
Maybe a little Call Me Ult here. Action. No, just waiting for Sounda to get the job done, as the cask is not good. The flash body slam was really good, and then unfortunately the follow-up was just not there. Kind of surprised that Call Me didn't even elect to try to ult as that was happening as well.
Yeah. I feel like if he ults first and then the cask comes, like the cask puts him where he wants to be no matter what, because he was in ult range. At least gets flash. As yeah, Dominus popped here.
It was a big wave. You don't know if Sounda's just coming right up, so he's just gonna take care of that. He has teleport. It's totally fine.
Yeah, for a moment I thought he was gonna try to use the ult to all in, but he did not. Just walked back with the wave there, as you mentioned. Sometimes it feels really good when you have a wave coming like that with Renekton and they're pushing towards you, and you have some of your Fury, because you can use the minions to heal up a ton when you go for that all-in. The Jax on top of it is Call Me is happy to see Hangbok here take half of his health bar.
What did you call him?
Hangbok? Hangbok, the word for surrender.
I see.
Nah.
Wolf. Well, yeah, for now he's trying to get something done. He's trying to do as much as Sounda.
But he is certainly not. And it's hard to do as much as Sounda has done in this game.
Where is KT roster?
What?
What do you what does he mean by that?
Like, literally, what did he mean by that? I'm not entirely... Please rephrase the question, and hopefully we can get back to you soon.
Yeah, the KT roster's on the right. Thank you, 1 in a million, for helping us out. Where's the real KT roster?
It's right there on the right side of the screen.
Yeah. Flash through. That's a hop. Skipping a jump. Mahile just going to pick up a nice little solo kill.
Sent him right to grandmother's house.
And Call Me just dies. Okay. That is something you could do. The timing on the divide, I think, just caught him off guard, and now there's a Rift Herald in mid.
Okay, well, that's a lot of money. Now, Mahile is going to be able to take out some plates of his own, and because Gragas is mid, Sounda can prevent this from being a turret race for first brick. But still a lot of damage done up here. I still like this for Nongshim, because the Jax getting ahead like this versus Feisty getting just one individual kill and some plate gold isn't going to mean as much necessarily, especially considering the bot lane is in shambles. As yeah, this is just really clean here from Mahile. No stun there to hold him on the turret, fortunately. As yeah, this was a choice you could make. Maybe he thought he could unbound the ultimate like he did last time, but he did not. And also, he was so low that even if he did, he might have still died because of the damage.
Yeah, he was like trying to unbound Soul out and do damage while kind of clearing the wave, and then just get back and, you know, not have to give up as much. Instead, he died, and the Rift Herald got sent in the mid, so Let's see this first fight as Wade just going to flash away, and the Magnus Storm is perfect! Right as he goes in, he goes out, and Sound is going to go down here, but the rest of the team is getting the job done. Nice little sweep from Calm. He picks up the double. Spicy just going to flash away from that one, and Nongshim just dunking on them on the straight.
Yeah, I mean, this is not what you want to see. 0 damage in that fight for Hype. Unfortunately, Season are deleted instantly. As that was very much a out of the frying pan into the fire situation for Wei. He's like, I'm going in. He's like, I'm flashing out. And then he gets caught instantly after the flash. Like he flashed into HH's ult. And once again,
not again. Dominus there, and at least he's going to get some health back. But Perfect is really playing with fire up there. Especially now because Mihail probably has Divine Sunder.
Yeah, he definitely does. With all that plate gold he picked up. So watch this. Wei hits the dragon, flashes out as HH also flashes in for the engage, and then Varus is dead before he can get a single auto off. And yes, Sounda does die here, but this fight is so one-sided. This is a very snowbally composition. And what do we say in the draft? As long as you don't fall too far behind early as KT. Well, I think we've definitely crossed the too far behind early line. Yeah, we're very far behind.
Yeah.
In the early stages.
And, you know, that was just a little taste. And I know that Hype is a fantastic AD carry, but at the same time, he's playing Varus into Relkaisa. But not only that, there's a Jax. There's also a Yone and a Gragas who can get onto a backline very easily. So imagine playing non-lethality Varus into this team. I don't know if he's going to do more than 10,000 damage in this game, Wolf.
I mean, considering the game state, I think you might be onto something. As Mihail has Counter-Strike,
yeah.
So
like if they got ahead, maybe in like Wei was setting up fights, Mihail is in a little bit of trouble, but he is very strong, so he's not too scared of Wei, especially.
Is big. He's 1,300 gold ahead because of the ganks and the plates he picked up, and also the solo kill. As KT here, trying to force some gold here into the Azir's pocket on this bottom side, but are unsuccessful, and Hype is just sitting mid with a Shiv, and because he's against his Shiv opponent, it's not like that Shiv is really going to end up being a advantage. It's just an equalizer here. And I think we need to see the decisive team fight here, but this Renekton is so small that I just don't know what he can do with it. It's okay, here we go.
Well, to call me. Ooh, really nice flash. The timing of that was perfect, and Wei is just dead as Mihail tries to steal the kill, not even going to be able to pick up assists. And yeah, they tried to 3-man dive a Yone, and they just got their ankles broken by
that was really... I mean, Call Me has been the brunt of KT's aggression. Like, he has been the one who's been struggling the most. He only died once, but has had a lot of pressure on, lost most of his turret. The Herald was crashed into it, but he's sitting here just breaking their ankles, as you say, and he absorbs all of that pressure as they get mid-turret here. Picks up kills. I think this one might just be Dunzo, you know?
It does feel that way, doesn't it?
Bell-bottom jeans. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, sorry.
Let's watch this again. How does Call Me pull this off?
So, unbounds, blocks the Nautilus ult with the reconnection, then flashes left, then gets the knockup, and also has his ultimate available, doesn't even use it.
It's even better in slow-mo, because he buffered the ultimate with his Q3, right? And then he just flashed the hook immediately after. That was so cool. You know, Nongshim have got some gamers.
They
on
are
their
gaming.
Lineup. Chronicler was just talking about how much Mihail has really improved as a player in general. Like, he used to only play Cassante, and he was, like, okay. But now he's actually just doing really well. And yes, he did get a lot of help from Sound in this game, but he's doing so much with the lead that he already has.
Yeah. And he's a level up on Perfect. Probably about a level and a half, to be honest, at this point in time. Kraken Slayer's done for Call Me, so, and has been for a while. He's going to be a very big threat, as long as they can set up engages, but they have a comp that works so well for that with Jax, Gragas, and the Rel, and Kaisa to follow up, Yone to follow up. KT don't have any vision control. That's also a problem. You can see the wards around the Dragon Pit. And up here, they're going to at least try to get this turret down and might actually... if Mihail doesn't actually hit the turret, which he didn't, get that first turret. Or actually, no, 2 turrets already went down. My bad. Felt like it was a race, but it wasn't. Yeah,
two, right?
Yeah, it felt like it was a race because the observers were showing us both, but actually, no, like they got top and mid long ago. I need more coffee, Valdez.
Coffee number 2 on the way.
I'm only halfway through my first coffee of the day.
Yeah. I usually get a grande, but today I got a venti. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think it's necessary, right? It's Monday. It's Monday morning for us in esports hours.
3-game Monday.
3 series Monday.
Yeah.
9-game Monday.
Well, it could be 9 games.
You know, I was coming to this and I'm like, it's probably going to be 8. But now after seeing this, I'm like, maybe it's 7.
Could be.
Again, we talked about this before. It's very important. 6 and 9 are the best, obviously, especially together. But 7 and 8 is cringe. If you're gonna go long, go 9. If you're not gonna go long, go 6. Right? Like choose one.
Sounda with a party stopwatch, not a party cask. Disco stopwatch.
He survived against the hook. He didn't know what was on the other side. He had no vision, so he's like, ah.
I actually feel like they could have engaged out of his stopwatch there too, but they just didn't have enough vision control. And ultimately, he's broken it now, but will he be able to get feisty here? Maybe get his crown. Not going to commit. Look at how much that Nongshim could do with the vision control they have and the lead that they have with this comp where they can engage from so far away. They can literally just walk up to the red buff and then walk towards the inner turret. And then 4-1, super hard. While Jax, who is massively ahead, can just win out in the 1v1, and there's nothing Perfect can do about it.
Yeah, they don't have an answer for the Jax. This is why, you know, we were talking about, you know, could have been Jax jungle, could have been Gragas jungle. Even if Gragas gets really far ahead, he can't do this, right? Like, he can't be this much of a threat in the side lane, whereas Jax absolutely can. And he already is. Generally, it takes a little bit longer, but due to Sounda's early ganks, now Perfect is a what is it? It's a bag. They made him into a bag. What is the thing that Atlas always says? Yeah, the
crocodile handbag.
The crocodile handbag. And that's what he is. He's sitting there, and that handbag isn't very big. He's not holding a lot of gold. He's down 2 levels too.
Yeah.
Who gone win?
Who gone win?
Who gone win?
Nongshim gon' win.
Nongshim
gon' win.
Nice.
That's what I'm telling you right now. Alberto's 38. And I think you can trust me.
You ever think about Crumbs?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing.
I think he's doing well.
That's good.
Saw him,
good old Alberto.
Saw him during Worlds last year.
Nice.
Hung out with him. He hasn't changed.
He doesn't seem like the kind of person who would change very much.
He doesn't. He sticks to his values. A real OG of League of Legends esports. Call me over here threatening a side engage. They're spending so much to try to get this warded and failing. But there's nothing else they can do. Like, it's a losing ward battle. Now they have to hope they could walk through all this vision to deny Baron.
Crown's gone. 1 W is all it took.
And Vital, he is ready to do more. He's just going to keep hitting these.
Yeah. Top laners not joining yet. They might, but at the same time, don't really have any impetus to really go for that. And look at this, they just back away. They're just tanking the Drake. This is handled so perfectly. This is better than like most LCK teams would do, I think.
I mean, I'd say better than at least like 4 of our LCK teams would do.
Yeah. That was so cleanly. Okay. Well, now he has Zhonya's at least.
Yeah.
But this is not clean anymore at all. But HH is going to give his life for the team.
No, they're just buying time for Jax to win the game. Hold on. He's hitting it. He's hitting it. He's hitting those minions. He's going to be. He's going to be doing more. Wait for it. Hold on. Go back. No, not that one. Not that.
KT are going to try Baron. This.
Mihail going to teleport.
This might work, actually.
I don't know about this.
It is pretty early in the game, though. Uh-oh.
I don't know about this.
Here comes Mihail. The Rel is in here. Oh, the cast is perfect. It gets way in a huge counter-strike. Oh, man. Nongshim, what a team fight. Super clean. Here comes Sounda. He's like, you don't need my smite. I'm going for the kill. I don't care about the Baron. And it's just a Quadra for Vital instead, who is just laughing in the face of KT. Oh, man.
So I wasn't too sure about that one from KT, you know?
It was a
I may have
desperate
known my
rush.
I think I made my opinions known, but
yes,
didn't feel like this was the right move. As watch Sounda, both isolates Wei and then sets up Mihail's perfect triple counter strike here. It doesn't get better than this with the follow from Call Me. And the Emperor's Divide is desperate at best, as then Void the Seeker hits again, and then Sound is just a walking ward here. One more, and bam, Quadra. Nearly the Penta there.
Yeah.
There was not a whole lot that KT could do off of the turn on that one. And their comp is not good at turning. Not really. And from behind, forget about it. But what are you going to do? You have no good choices in this game. It was the one time where Nongshim was away from the Baron, and they were fighting this whole time trying to clear vision on the outside of the Baron and losing that battle. And for once, they were like, okay, we can actually start this. Might as well try, otherwise just lose slowly. Since this Renekton's not getting any more relevant anytime soon as Hullbreaker's done.
Yeah, this game is over. I know oftentimes in challengers we're like, oh, you never know. Nope, this one is over.
Yeah, this time we know, actually.
We have all actually, no, Nongshim have declared it over. I didn't declare it, Wolf didn't, nobody in chat did. Nongshim was like, no, this game is over.
I feel like there's one thing we don't know about this, and that's whether Sounda is going to get robbed of POG by
Probably.
Vital. Yeah, I feel like Vital will rob him, even
yeah,
though he 100% deserves it.
We don't have media votes here, so that certainly helps. I do feel like in general, challenger votes are better than LCK votes just because we don't have media.
That's true.
So I think people will notice. He's had a bunch of big casks as well, like in team fights. It wasn't just about the fights, or the ganks rather.
I think he's going to get robbed, to be honest. After a quadra kill, I think that's just, they're just going to push it over. It's going to get pushed over. No media still. I hope I'm wrong about this, but I'm worried.
Could be a Mihail angle.
Okay, come on. I mean, this guy's casking.
Yeah, he's casking. He's casking real hard. Ooh, nice flash once again.
But the Void Seekers,
so
man,
good with his flash, man. It's crazy.
And these Void Seekers are making me worried that, like, maybe Kai'Sa gets it again. It's a real 1v1 between these two in these last few moments, Valdez.
Honestly,
okay, one more.
Twitch chat votes would be better than media, 100%. Like,
yeah, Twitch chat
not
knows.
even close.
Yeah, Twitch chat knows, dude. Except they'd always vote for the most popular player, to be honest, Valdez. But in challengers, they'd always be right, because these players aren't that well known yet. But
well, Mihail's he's trying to make a name for himself today. As you know, he has done quite a lot with his lead.
He has.
I don't mind the Mihail shouts. But again, it took Sounda to get Mihail, right, in this game, so...
Hype is, okay.
Yeah.
That was worrisome.
Remember when I said I don't think he's going to do more than 10,000 damage? I think I was a little bit conservative. I don't think he's going to do 5,000
7? I think 7, maybe 7.
Yeah.
Maybe 7. Because of all the bounce from Shiv.
Yeah, if the early game went a little bit different, then maybe, but yeah, he just, okay, well, he really just doesn't get to play the game. Okay, nice stopwatch at least, but he's still got a Yone on top of him. As down will go Sounda for the culture, I guess, as the rest of the team is just getting wiped off the map here. Nice divide, not going to matter. Still, the Crown was lasting for a very long time as the soldiers actually getting some work done, but Mihail is actually a raid boss at this point, so he doesn't care about a damn thing. Down goes the Nexus. Nongshim take game 1 in 27 minutes.
I'll consider this. Nongshim are always known for their unusual picks, right? They played the Neela early on. Jiwoo's, you know, crazy eclectic stuff that he does. But then you have also, you know, the fact that this team narrative-wise, like, oh, what are they going to do? What are they going to pick? The draft was pretty unique. Sounda playing Gragas jungle, a big part of this. Maybe that's what pushes the Korean narrative over the edge, and they vote for Sounda because like, oh, he's playing Gragas jungle. That's rare in Korea, you know. Maybe that's what does it. As Hype's stopwatch here was good, but then he disappears.
Maybe he hit 10K because he got like, I think 3 or 4 autos off in this fight compared to the 1 or 2 that we saw in the other fights. What do you think?
Still somewhere between 7 and 8 is my guess, but Shiv can be deceiving. Let's take a look. 6,000.
You were closest, Wolf. You said 7. I mean, it's hard to get that close. And yeah, I mean, the bottom lane kind of got dunked early, so even though the Varus didn't fall that far behind, there was never really a team fight where he was ever able to do anything against Kaiserel. But not only that, it's just the entire team.
Feisty's laning phase was a little bit up and down, but I'm glad to see his damage numbers are high. Obviously, a lot of it was that last fight where he was just like free hitting people. But I think probably he did effectively like 15 to 18,000, you know, just in general.
Yeah.
And I thought this comp would have worked if they didn't fall behind and they had the Renekton to be beefy in the front line for big follow-up damage for Varus and the build that we saw from Feisty. I liked. Like we've seen this exact draft in the LCK. It's a solid draft, but unfortunately, Sounda just made Mihail a big problem, and then once they were so far ahead that the Rel and the Yone could just stomp on people, Void Seekers just keep hitting, and like you have there's like nothing you can do as KT. You can't engage, you can't walk towards this team, you can't clear vision, and if you just sit back and wait and say, oh well, maybe they'll make a mistake. No, Void Seekers just keep pushing you away, and you have to eventually be decisive with a comp that's so far behind. There's no solid engage, and unfortunately for Wei, this was not his night.
Well, his night isn't over, as Sounda is going to pick it up. Not robbed, and perhaps our 2 votes got him over the edge. But yeah, he just did way too much in the early game, and his team fight prowess was amazing as well. Casks always working. 1 vote diff with top, so actually our 2 votes did get him over the line.
I'm just glad to hear that it was between top and not.
And Vital got, yeah.
No, I mean, nothing against the guy, but I mean, you press W sometimes. It's a lot of damage.
True. The boom boom damage vote, not the vote this time around. Sounda was like number 4 on his team. Doesn't matter. He did a lot. And there you go. So Sounda going to carry this first game. We'll be curious to see what happens in game number 2 if KT have an answer for the level of gameplay that we're seeing out of Nongshim. They're playing like gods today.
Yeah, they're looking very good. I think for me, I'm most interested to see the draft, but more than that, what happens if Nongshim don't have a massive lead? You know, can they actually play out an even game state? Because this one, the lead they had was pretty hard to mess up.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break and come back for game number 2 of Nongshim Red Force up against KT Rolster. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to this fantastic first series we have going on between Nongshim Esports Academy and KT Rolster. I'm Valdez, with me is Wolf, and we just had game number 1 where Nongshim Esports Academy was able to smash them. It was not close, Wolf.
It was not close. And it's their second time of playing on blue side for the entire season. 2-0, 100% win rate. Wow. I wonder if KT will pick blue side. We don't have the confirmation just yet, but I would take it away from them. They're just too powerful on it.
Take the blue side, take the Kai'Sa, and try to win through that, because Hype was not able to do anything in that first game. Sounda was able to carry from the jungle, and then Mahala took that carry and went into outer space with it. So the two of them really just popping off in a big way, and it's gonna be interesting. I think after the swap here, as KT have selected blue side, which is what we expected, and how will the bans look? You know, maybe this is a game where Kai'Sa gets banned and they let Nico through or something. Could be something weird like that as well.
Yeah, it could be. We might also just see Kai'Sa and Tristana banned, and then they just play something else. I thought Hype's Varus was always pretty decent in the lethality meta when he played it back last season, but he was not a lethal tempo Varus enjoyer. That was kind of like Bull's thing only in challengers, and the laning phase was the problem. Like, yeah, Sounda had a good game, but they also, the Nautilus play was more problematic, I think, than anything else. And I hate to put Wei down because he's actually normally an amazing Nautilus.
And he's like the one guy who could fight a grizzly bear.
Yeah, so I think they could bounce back. But when you get a lead like that, it's hard to mess it up, as I mentioned before. So let's see what's going to change, or what won't change, like the Tristana ban.
Tristana going to be banned here on the blue side. Will Nongshim ban Ivern in this case? Maybe from red side, you can kind of like let go the Ivern ban, just go like Vi, Nico, Kai'Sa or something, or maybe you're not even worried about the Kai'Sa. Let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, maybe they... I mean, on blue side, I think you could ban it, right? Like, if you're not planning on first picking it, I think it's a pretty solid ban. They are going to do it, so... Oh, it looks like the coaching staff and us are on the same page, Valdez. Still going to ban the LeBlanc. I think this is a smart choice for the side of Nongshim Esports Academy. And then in this final ban, I wouldn't mind to see Sejuani if you're also not planning on picking that one up yourselves. They banned it last time on red side.
Valdez, if you could do me a favor and never say Tristana again, why not?
I think that's a pretty tall ask, to be honest, guy in the chat.
There's a lot of people from Australia that would say it exactly that way. In fact, if Atlas ever casts, you should pay attention.
Yeah.
Because he will say it that way from time to time.
I mean, he sounds cooler when he says it than you, but like, it's still pretty alright.
I am definitely making fun of him when I say it. But,
yeah.
You know. Rel got banned as well.
Yeah, Rel was banned. I think this is smart if they just want to pick up Sejuani. So now the Renekton Jax trade feels better for KT because they have the Sejuani. I do generally think that if you're going to opt into this, you probably need to know whether Sejuani is there or not, right? Like, and in this case, opting into the Jax when Sejuani Renekton is on the other side means the Jax is weaker. But given how they played last game out, Mihail is probably pretty confident. As even though Gio's not here, we're given some considerations to this without Rel, by the way, and picked this early in the draft. Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
This might be okay. I'm not ready to hate on it yet. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Different player this time around.
It's Tristana. Well, there you go.
There you go.
We figured it out. I do not have divine insight into why Breon picked red side.
We don't have divine insight, but red side is often strong if you want to get 2 picks and trade some bans. And that's what Breon did in that game, if I remember correctly. Is see Feisty pick up the Azir again.
Yeah.
He had a good performance outside of the one Emperor's Divide that didn't end up going well for him. And you got to get Renekton here if you're planning on playing that. I don't want to see Aurelia personally too much. I'm not really about that. So I think we're putting in the Croc. There he goes. Just let him like scurry up to the top lane. He'll be there in a little bit. Over here, I don't want to see Nautilus just yet. Rather see a jungle pick. Rather see a strong jungle pick like Viego to come through here into this Sejuani. Nobody wants to play Trundle right now for some reason.
Yeah, Trundle doesn't exist. Well, we're just getting Gragas again.
Yeah, that's going to be Gragas jungle. I don't think you want to play that into his ear in this meta. So that's that.
Hey, casters, how come you read chat on this broadcast?
Because we like you guys more than the official chatters in the LCK.
Yes, that is the only reason. Very true.
It's because you guys are better.
Yeah, especially Twitch chat.
That's true, Secondary. That's true.
Yes.
I do.
And we are also AI. That's also true. Take a look at the Heimerdinger ban. They're like, well, we don't want to allow you to play any kind of weird shenanigans like Ashheimer bot or something like that. And they're going to take away Braum, too. I love the Braum ban.
Yeah, me too.
Here.
I actually think it's all right. What if they just play Aphelios Emilio?
No, we don't cast drunk. That is not allowed.
No, that's not allowed. Well, I mean...
I wouldn't want to do that anyway.
It's like... It's not professional. Is it not allowed? I'm like, I don't know if that's true, but we're not going to do it, so don't get your hopes up. Nautilus is banned, so you lose that pick, but I think, you know, picking up a jungle pick first instead was the better call. Now, is it Yasuo?
I think...
Is it Aurelion Sol?
I don't think so. Ari didn't get banned, so it's just Ari. You know, sometimes we have a meta,
Aphelios Emilio.
and we do not move away from the meta.
And sometimes we have a better version of the draft we had in Game 1, which is what KT are about to have. And in Game 1, I liked their draft a lot, but obviously the early game was disastrous. In Game 2, it's just a better... Oh, I mean, you could do this.
Yeah, Zyricon is a little bit better into, like, Gragas and stuff like that, but if you do get... It's a lot less... how do I put it? Good?
I mean, it does less
in this
damage.
meta?
It does less damage.
Yeah, Aphelios is still pretty strong, even with all the nerfs to all of his items and runes and stuff.
I'm a little bit worried about how squishy Renata feels into this lane matchup. She can handshake her way out of a lot of things, but when that's on cooldown and Rakan is going in, can be pretty hard.
Rakan is go in.
When Rakan is going in.
Did
Going
Milo
water
get,
S.
Yes. Did Milo get nerfed in the secret patch? I didn't see.
No.
Yes, you just have to be high elo, aka silver 4 or higher, in order to see it.
This draft for Nongshim has some pretty strong top jungle power, just like we saw in the last game. Mid 2v2 doesn't feel amazing for Feisty, but you're going to have decent lane prio against the Ahri. And what?
No, just YouTube chat being YouTube chat. From time to time.
Okay.
It got removed, but
I'm glad to hear it.
yeah, just doing their thing.
I want to favor KT or Valdez. I want to say I think they've got the power in the bottom 2v2. They played out well. Looks like a more comfortable draft for Hype here. He's going to have a little bit more agency because he's not going to be under threat as much. But I got to see Perfect play a better game of Renekton than what we saw last game. I'm going to have to see it.
Yeah, maybe from the blue side he can have a little bit more safety up there. We'll just have to wait and see, especially what Hambak's able to do on the Sejuani. It's a pick he's had a lot of success on this season, and maybe he can help out the Renekton. It's going to be very important. We did not get any melee for mid here for Feisty because he's a little bit of a 3-trick, you know, and that's fine because all the picks that he plays are very good.
Yeah, I mean, the Sejuani is going to be playing mostly around topside, so it's okay. Needs to play around topside, though. I want to see him start bottom, path top, make an impact early. That's what I want to. That's what I want to see. I think we could see it. I want to believe. Okay, KT Rolster. I want to believe that in the 9-game day,
Yes.
the dream is alive.
This is the beginning. If you don't win here, we don't get 9 games. So we'll know very early on. As we're ready, let's hop into the Rift.
미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
Just gonna.
I won Caster Chicken.
Yeah,
Valdez talked
Caster
first.
Chicken.
Valdez
It
talked
is my
first.
job. You know, like I had to.
Oh, it was play-by-play. Play-by-play always has to break the silence. That's
just
the power
have
of
to
being
say
the color.
something. We just can't.
He has
be
to say
quiet.
something. Valdez.
Yeah.
1-0
미니언들이
Wolf.
생성되었습니다.
Someone in the YouTube chat said, "Doot, doot, doot." Now we're trains and we doot our horns.
We doot as we like.
Mm-hmm.
We doot as we please here at the Challengers broadcast. We've got a lot of first-time chatters today. Thank you guys for joining us. We are
Yes, although some of the messages are somewhat confusing.
Look.
But it's okay. They're trying their best.
Participation is the first step to being part of the Twitch chat here for Challengers. As this time Perfect is going to get out of that Counter-Strike. Not going to get clipped by that one. Renekton is such a fun champion to play. I've
Why
been
is
kind
that?
of on a bit of a Renekton kick. I don't know, he's just so easy. Look at that. Oh, can't get me. Then you like to go over there, start hitting the minion a little bit, building up your bar. If he hits you, you Q him, and you hit the minions that are left on low health. It's just a fun thing to do. Is okay. A little bit of action on level 2.
Some feathers being thrown around.
A lot of them actually, as HH is gonna have to chug a potion. You think potions are always chugged? I don't think they take a sip, you know? There's not a whole lot of time. If you're like drinking it, it's not gonna pull it out and be like, can you give me like a few minutes, I wanna drink this potion real quick. It's always a chug, right?
I mean, it has to be. Because it instantly disappears,
Yeah.
right? How about the biscuits? Is it the same? Do they just, like, one-shot it?
Yeah, I just like to imagine they're like continuing to fire, like Varus just has like he's chewing on it as he continues to fire his gun, or his bow.
Those things are, they look kind of dry. Like, I don't know. I feel like I would start coughing.
They kind of look like cinnamon rolls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the idea, because people call them cookies, but I've never really seen a cookie that looks quite like that.
Well, they're officially called biscuits.
Yeah.
They don't look like biscuits either.
No.
I just thought I'd mention it. Sounda hanging out in mid, trying to help push this, but Hambach is up a level, and Calmy is very low on health, so this is not really a trade you can take too well. His ward's going to go down. Hambach's going to see him go into the Raptor pit, and that means that he will get that top Rift Herald, or Rift Scuttler for free.
Okay, this is an opportunity here at level 3 with Bailout to try to go for an all-in bait, but not if you get the handshake. Gonna happen. Yeah, I'm not feeling great about how this is looking here so far on the side of Nongshim. CS lead for Vital at least, as Mihail. This is the Sejuani early game we were talking about. Go to the top side. Perfect has a lot of fury.
Let's see how this works. Gotta land the stuns here on the Mihail, but he has the Counter-Strike up in time, and look at this. He's hopping over to Hambach, but flashes away, and now he is just dead. First blood given over to the Renekton this time, as Perfect will get his revenge.
I mean, he's also going to get a plate here. It looks like he is going to be very big, very fast, and that was a great play. They had to commit 2 flashes here to make it work, but absolutely worth it. There's the plate. And now Mihail, nothing he could do here but catch the minions. At least he has his teleport available still, of course, this early on in the game, so isn't going to fall too far behind in CS, but it's first blood, plus the assist, plus the turret plate, and the flash to guarantee the follow on that to make the permafrost happen was the crux of this, is just kind of corral him onto the edge. Counter-Strike is good here, gets the stun, which is scary, but he flashes onto him. Permafrost comes through, perfect flashes for the secure. And that was a very decisive call from Hambach to follow the flash there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good one. Wanted to make sure he could pick up that kill and kind of make this story in this game a 9-gamer beginner.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're potentially heading that way.
Man, Aftershock is so good for diving people.
It is.
Yes. It is.
It's very good at that.
You get a lot of armor. Turret isn't really going to do too much to you. Wait, what? Well, he just went in there and stole it away.
Yeah, well, I mean,
What, was he able to hand that over? I don't think he was.
don't think
I
so.
don't know. That looks weird.
Maybe he did actually with the relic shit. I don't know.
I didn't like see the animation, so I was like, what? He just
Yeah,
like went in there and
usually-
queued it away?
Yeah, usually the like it draws a line.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. I mean, I think he was trying to, but I don't think he was able to. We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. It's a mystery forever. As Handshake comes in, but this is a fight that should go the way of KT. As Flash away from HH, he has Permafrost on top of him, but the bailout here, it is going to be given over to Wei, actually, who just pick up the kill somehow.
Ignite. That's one of the powers of bailout. You use bailout to give the kill to the support, so you can. The ignite damage will come through after, so it triggers the kill for the support. So bailout is actually broken in that it can both save you, but also
Busted
just take a kill away from the enemy AD carry when ignite is ticking. It's hard to play around it, but if you just don't ignite, then that won't happen. But he did, because that's your instinct as a pro gamer.
There's a very intense Kog'Maw debate going on. What's your take on Kog'Maw, Wolf? You think we'll see it make a comeback?
I think there's just too many other strong viable options at the moment, and he's a little bit vulnerable in this dive and engage support meta. So I liked that he was seen earlier on. As see the ignite here, bailout ignites the last ticking damage, so that's why kill goes over the way. But yeah, I think Kog'Maw was really strong in the first few weeks of LCK, and we weren't seeing it as much as we should have. And I'm a little bit sad about that, because I think the window's kind of missed now. I think it's still viable, but it's hard in this meta with all the dive threats and not a lot of frontline necessarily, because both Jax and the Renekton, which are the most common top laners right now, they don't really provide you a frontline. They provide you engage.
I think that Varus, I think he's just got like better burst and better kill secure potential with his ultimate.
Yeah.
Whereas Kog'Maw is just a little bit too much of a
Glass cannon.
Yeah, like he's basically just DPS. And yes, he is better DPS, but he doesn't offer as wide of a variety of like
Utility.
a wider range of utility. And you could say like maybe you don't need to pick that from the AD carry role, but a lot of people do, and it's not just about finding picks. The Chains of Corruption can sometimes offer you safety as well, so it just makes you a little bit more viable in that sense. Now the on-hit Varus is pretty low range. It oftentimes only really works if you're ahead, but if you are ahead, it can do really, really insane damage numbers that are comparable to a Kog'Maw. So
Yeah,
in that case, you know, just play Varus instead, I guess.
When you think about all of the champs that are meta right now in terms of AD, especially with Zeri being off the list, it's okay.
Nice little root. The Feather's getting there on top
dead.
of Vital. He is super dead. Just trying to help out. A little Q from the Renata, not going to help.
I feel like KT just handled every aspect of that entire situation basically perfectly. Wei is able to go over there and identify they're on red buff. They had a feeling. They control warded the tri-brush. Then Wei went and checked on a safe path. He's recon so he can get out. He checks, he verifies, he knows exactly how far away they are. Then Sound is moving top, they know that. And then Vital Feathers. And they just did everything about this like situation so well. And unfortunately, I can't say the same about Vital here, just getting caught by Feathers. It happens to pro gamers way too often. Happened to Guma yesterday. Or actually, it was Owner, I believe, who went into the Feathers on the Vi yesterday. But, you know, gotta keep that in mind. It is very strong when there is a turret attached to it.
Seems like Cog with Braum has been working somewhat for G2, but EU isn't that competitive. I do think that Korean teams are a little bit better at punishing. So you can kind of get away with like picking up one extra, you know, super defensive support and hoping that gets your Kog'Maw across the line. As Perfect takes 2 turret shots, and the ult is just thrown in, and Mihail's dead. Sound was there, but he couldn't do anything about that. Hambak just dunking on the top lane.
Yeah, I don't think he was close enough to impact when the turret shot, when the turret aggro was still picked up there. I think that was a really nice bait from Perfect. And if Sounda maybe was in like flash cask range to hold him under turret for 1 extra turret shot, maybe, but I don't think he was close enough, unfortunately.
Feeling like a 9-gamer, Wolf.
It does feel like a 9-gamer, doesn't it? And I'm here for it, so.
Yeah, I guess 2 weeks ago, you and I did the Monday, and it was, I think, a 7-gamer?
Yeah, we thought it was going to be an 8, but it ended up being 7. The last series went 2-0.
Yeah, but this one, I don't know. I kind of feel the magic.
I'm feeling
Feisty
it.
is fine. And the thing is that last, 2 weeks ago, the first series was 2-0. So, like, we lost all hope right from the beginning. Whereas on this one, maybe we won't. So Sounda is going to get caught here just a bit. Nice damage comes out, but he does have to flash away.
I mean, I'm watching this. I'm feeling like the hope is definitely still alive. That's going to be a Herald drop.
We are definitely feeling left down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
But we're look.
I'm not okay.
Here's
I
the
need
thing.
my 9-gamer.
Usually in a 9-gamer scenario, there's a few things that have happened, right? One of the series ends up being a team absolutely crushes and then totally drops the ball the next time. We're checking that box. Usually there's some sort of crazy elder flip. We haven't hit that yet. So if that happens in game 3 here or in one of our games in the next series, like, you know we're on track. Like that. There's also usually some sort of wild pause and or like visual bug that needs to be resolved. So like that's another sign that maybe the 9-gamer is on the way. So we still have a few other things that we're going to find out, but we're definitely on track for the series that has 2 one-sided games before the 3rd game.
Yes. We've only had one 9-gamer since we started doing CL, which is crazy to me.
I thought we had 2. Did we not?
Nope, just the one.
Huh.
It was
Okay.
only the one time with Maxo and Mawu.
Well, maybe we'll get ours.
Maybe today is the day. CL has decisive teams unlike LCK.
Don't get baited about this. Don't get baited.
I mean, I'm just trying to think about if there is some truth to that statement, like even an ounce.
Well, right now we have about 2.5 teams in the LCK, so, you know.
Yeah.
The other ones don't count.
Call me. Ooh, nice sidestep. And
He actually gets away?
yeah,
What?
like if he got knocked up by that, he was dead, but instead just a little Sional to the right.
Everybody also just dropped the aggro. They're like, Feisty's like, I gotta go get these minions.
Mm-hmm.
He had Flash and Emperor's
Priorities.
Divide. They just don't want to use any summons here. Second Herald is going to be up in 80 seconds, so reasonable.
Perfect is, I feel like some of these trades under the tower, he's getting aggro so quickly.
He's just, when you renect in Q, if you, okay.
Ooh, nice charm. Comes in. Feisty also has flash, so he just kind of laughs at them. Did go Merc Treads early on, so not in charm forever.
No, he's totally
Very strong.
fine. Now doesn't have flash back up. His cask is going to miss.
Why is Wolf leaking the super secret script that no one is allowed to talk about, Monka S?
I'm just telling you guys how it is. Sorry, Wrinkle to Kinkle.
But why are you leaking it?
Um,
The super secret script.
I'm just a bit of a leaker, to be honest. In terms of scripts, like I like made sure my roof was patched. We solved that problem a few months ago. My coffee cup is also like seems secure for the moment.
For now, yeah. First turret blood. Why Gragas so thick though?
Don't bring back the Gragas chatter guy.
From 1P343. Well, you know,
Look at that gold.
that's a bigger lead than Mihail had.
Yeah.
In game 1, actually, at this point in the game.
He got all of the plates, and they're also going to grab this Rift Herald here for free. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, doesn't get better from here for Nongshim. They don't scale. They need picks. It's a pick comp.
What about Mihail Wolf? When's he
Nope.
gonna get that Divine Sunder? 20 minutes?
Game 3 if you pick
Game
Jax.
3. Alright, that's a cleanse.
Nongshim Esports Academy. Little bit of a rough mid game here. 5,000 gold down at 15 minutes. It is, you know, the term that a lot of people would use for this is unplayable. I don't like using that term because till Nexus is dead, it's always playable. But
Yeah.
this one actually maybe not so much. Like they're still moving, they're still hitting minions, they're still getting gold.
Negativity?
The players are all connected, but you know, Winnable? No. Playable? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely playable, and they will play it. That's all I have to say. Sounda is going tank this time, so he's got a Sunfire, and I guess maybe according to Dan Ox Harrison, he would say that that also makes him a DPS, but especially from the jungle where you're not getting fraudulent Sunfire damage numbers in the lane, probably just gonna be hanging out for a while. Not doing damage, throwing in casks, and that's it. Never doubt the power of a throw. This guy has watched Challengers before,
Yeah,
even
no.
though he's a first-time chatter.
Long-time watcher, first-time chatter. Erky Timbers.
Should be Lurky Timbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How did Nongshim win game 1? Well, you just had to be there.
You just had to be there. Sounda won game 1.
Yes, Sound of Mahile. Sound Heil.
And the Varus, you know, the Varus gaming has not been impactful in this series. Feeling like maybe we, as a best of 3, we need to move away from this pick. Maybe in game 3, we will not see it at all.
Which one, Varus?
Yeah. Low impact pick at the moment. And I mean, the lane setup here in Desire Recon, they picked
I
the...
think we need Kog'Maw.
I don't know about that, but...
What do you mean?
I mean, they
You know what we really need, actually, is Ashe.
well, they could have played Varus Ashe, which was open. The Ashe was not
Ashe
banned.
need to carry.
Yeah, and you can play Varus.
better
support.
now.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. But what you did here was opt into Renata into Desire Recon and didn't play it out very well, and advantages came through. I mean, ahead in CS at least, but his kills were picked up. Topside was in shambles, and mid is... We're trying, aren't we, Call Me? No flash just yet from his last attempt, but without flash, his ability to pick is much weaker than it was before. Sounda alone can't get it done without vision control.
Neela.
No, that's vital in the booth over there. That's not you.
Yeah. And okay. Well,
Gave the
second
gold to Vital.
charge.
Gave the gold to Vital at least.
Nice. Sub Jiwoo in and let him play Neela.
I don't know if that would be a correct choice, because I think it's more important for you to have prep for the series next week. Okay, that was
really
a
nice flash.
sick flash by Feisty. Oh my god.
Okay, Ambach in a little bit of trouble. Wei is going to get the charm down eventually onto that backline. Mihail's here. He's like, oh god, why am I here? That is going to miss, though, and he knocks the counter-strike in as the Feathers going to do a nice amount of damage to Vital here, who is doing some damage himself, but immediately does get popped. As in goes the Renekton. He is gigantic this time around, as Mihail is kind of soloing 3 people, and then he does go down, but at the end of the day, Feisty nearly dies to the turret. Okay, well, that was weird, but it's okay. Good effort.
He was so upset that his flash was taken away and he had to take the coward's move that he wanted to make an impact there. He'll slide forward and snipe. He's unsuccessful, but guess what? He gets out. Little B action, B mode coming through.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Cloud's sole point. As this flash from Feisty, oh my god, actually so insane. Watch this.
That's so clean.
He like made Sounda look like he was lagging.
It's so true.
It's just, he just wasn't going to mess around. Sounda could have just not committed to the flash and it would have been a win for them. But he did commit anyways and use everything. So follow-up here for Perfect is insane because he's Renekton. And look at this damage. Gets the slice and dice, the heal. He is big. He's doing big Renekton things, and he could just walk away with all of that fury. And 7-1 kill score here. Yeah, you got one back. Went over to the Jax, but Sterex is done. You know, this Renekton is going to be hard to kill, hard to defeat, hard to fell, hard to slay.
Hard to fell.
Impossible to put down.
Nobody says that anymore.
Yeah, no, not really. So, have you noticed...
I think you should bring it back, Wolf.
Have you noticed another thing people never say anymore is Sugohaseo or Sugohashasumida? It's now Gosang only. You notice
I
that
think that's
the meta has changed, Valdez.
A little bit. It has gotten more popular for sure. As we got a little fight here. This is very broken up. Feisty is going to get isolated and just goes down. That is a decently sized shutdown here for the Jax, as that is the Chains of Corruption. That's why you play that Varus, as in goes Renekton, but he gets double charmed. He doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
He is so tanky right now, as the damage does come through, but it's a little bit too late, as Mihail now trying to flash away. Still somehow a relatively even fight. And again, Nongshim are down more than 6,000 gold, and they're still somehow able to fight these. Definitely not the cleanest of fights from KT.
Yeah, definitely not, but it was pretty hard forced, and it all starts off with Feisty losing his crown here, has to put up the Sun Disc turret, and then he's caught here with the Charm, Everfrost. Buys a ton of time, but the Counter-Strike kills him, and now half of your damage is gone because Renekton can tank a ton in this fight, and Perfect is about to. Here he goes. But then where's the follow-up damage? Renata just blocks everybody out, so he's 1v5. Essentially 1v4, because Vital wasn't really hitting him for the beginning of that. But if Feisty doesn't die and this fight happens the same way, it's a complete wipe. They take Baron and the game is 100% over. It's still probably 100% over, but like, that was a really nice setup from Nongshim with the HH ult there. A hostile takeover blocking the rest of KT from following up. But yeah, the gold numbers still... Like, production's got your back, Chad. If you're like, oh wow, are Nongshim going to win this game? They're like, let me remind you what's going on in each and every lane.
Yeah. That's definitely the current state of the map, is that KT are still very much in control. But again, you know, if this were LCK, the game is over. Like, just go next, like, actually. But here in Challengers, you never know. I mean, Nongshim, in game number 1, I would say that's one of those games where you're like, okay, well, there's really no comeback angle, but KT have not been quite as clean. So I do want to see KT kind of, you know, shore everything up, hunker down, make everything clean from here. You know, you've got an Azir that's in a really good spot. You've got a Renekton that's in a really good spot. Get them in side lanes, start controlling some of the map. I think it will take longer for them to end this game, though, because they don't have a Jax in the side lane. Renekton doing crazy stuff in the team fights, but Jax still gonna Jax a bit.
Yeah, he is actually still in that bottom lane, pushing towards that inner turret right now. And he has Demolish, so it's not like he's going to take forever, but it is going to be slower, as you mentioned. But KT can threaten this Baron while Perfect is going to do a lot of work here. There's that Demolish proc, so half the turret's gone. Now Mihail's like, oh man, I got to go over here and deal with this, so they're going to take us down. KT can go back to the Baron and play this tug of war. And it's almost like a 1-3-1, but it's like a 2-2-1, where 2 on Baron, clearing vision, 2 pushing mid, and then the 1 is the Renekton who's actually doing the structural damage. No one's in top side, but they've already done a ton of damage to that top inner. They don't need to push any harder. They could just constantly threaten Nongshim here until they're worn off, and then worn off of the map. And then 35 seconds to go, they just go over and take the Drake, which is a much easier target. They already preset that bottom wave. Now, as I say it, they are moving towards Baron, though. So sometimes, you know, we do we give credit too much sometimes to Challengers teams about exactly what they're setting up and what they're prepping.
Sometimes they don't even know.
Yeah, this might have been one of those moments. Yeah, that's why it might have been one of those moments, but
yeah.
Pushing top here where that turret was damaged earlier is going to force a reaction from somebody. Or Feisty will get a lot done. He and Perfect both have teleport here. And this turret is so healthy right now.
So Nongshim are sieging because these two are not here. 4v3 in the mid lane.
This is a weird game, Valdez. It's becoming weird. That means Nongshim has a chance.
Yeah,
the 9-gamer is in danger. It's in danger.
Those two could have definitely duoed the Baron, but they got spotted. Like, if they never got spotted, it would have been fine.
Yeah, but then Jax gets to do the dragon for free, and KT walk away with nothing. I was
objective bounty?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Kind of a little bit worried about the amount of enthusiasm I had for KT in this game.
9-gamer in trouble. Oh, maybe not. Sounda getting burned down as the body slam is huge, though, as Downey will eventually go. Very nice sweep up here from Feisty is going to get them the big win in this team fight. Flash forward. They want to end the game now, as that will be the stun down as well. And Mihail, the only one to survive.
So lull them into a false sense of security. Let them have that dragon. Take a bunch of damage. Then engage and win the fight. I guess that's what we saw there. I guess that's how it's going to go. Pretty nice Emperor's Divide there from Feisty.
They can't end. 9Gamer.
9Gamer, small peril, small danger. Wei is like, man, let me take that cone with you. I don't want to use my abilities.
Light cone?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You're not a honker.
No, I just wanted to say yeah because I want people to think I support you. All right, Humbug's engage here is nice. Follow up from Wei is fantastic, and the all-style takeover here doesn't hit Feisty, so critically he's able to actually stay at full health here and then go bam. Like KT is like, we're getting out, and Feisty's like, maybe you guys are, but I'm going in, and then everybody turns back around and trusts him. A little bit disjointed, but he was decisive, and despite a decent hostile takeover there again from the side of HH, they win the fight. Baron is captured. We'll see how much they can get done with it. It's a 12-2 kill score here. And, you know, I think that the 9-game dream is alive. Production's reminding us, like, yeah, it seems pretty alive.
Look at the support gold diff. Almost 1,600. Pretty huge. As, of course, the solo lane's more important. Sound
Blast code assassination!
Yeah, got him. At least he didn't use that to get away. As Feisty's not even there. He's just pushing top. That's fine.
He's got Nashers.
Yeah,
he's ready to go.
Well, that was a nice cleanse from Vital. He's putting on the moves at least here right at the end of the game. Another charm is going to land, but unfortunately when you're relying on Ahri and Varus from behind to do damage, you're not in a good spot. It's just not going to be a good thing. And Smile is here. He's like, well, I'm desperately trying to provide a front line for my team. But KT just going to pick up 2 inhibitors and leave.
Now, I know permafrost is a thing in real life, but I guess why Sejuani has the name permafrost, because it's like, oh, it's frozen, and like permafrost is a real thing. Let's make the ability attached to real life, make it relatable. But do you ever think it's a little bit weird that it's not really permanent? It's actually like the most temporary frost of like all time, basically. It's just like there for about a second, and then you're like, all right, well, that was it. Just you're frosted for just a moment there. It's a bit of a weird.
I think that is pretty weird.
Like if you think about it, you're like permafrost. Like he's just never gonna move again, right? He's always gonna. No, it's about a second there.
Permafrost is any ground that remains completely frozen at that degree or colder.
Yeah, but it's not the ground; it's their feet, and it's not.
But it's not their feet; it's their whole body. They turn into an iceberg.
Yeah, it looks like mostly their feet, you know, like from the feet up.
I don't know about that.
Hold on, let me see one more permafrost. Come on, KT, give me a
one more. Let's go. It's very, very important.
And please do it on someone who doesn't have Merc Tread so we can get a good look. Like maybe get on Jax or something. Come on, Humbug. All right, maybe we'll have to see it in Game 3.
All right, well, the knockup comes in, and Sounda very, very tanky, but it does not matter. Mihail's looking for that takedown, but he will not get it. As Vital, you know, he got a couple of autos there at the end. Very nicely done. And Sounda is also just going to be run out of the map here, as we had 2 kills. They were both for the Jax. 70-2 is the score line here. KT will be able to push in and end this game. We will keep the 9-game day dream alive.
17-2. That's a KT from LCK scoreline right there. That's the very KT scoreline we've come to see. They have the highest kill differential of any team in the LCK. And Challengers, at least in this second game, living up to that reality as well. As we had 2 very one-sided games back-to-back. But I would argue the second was even more one-sided than the first. And it was a team effort, whereas the first game was kind of solos only, as we do have to vote for POG. It's a tough one for me.
It was a top one for me.
I'm going to go with top as well. I wanted to vote for Feisty, but...
Yeah, it was either, I think it was one of the 2 solo lanes.
I'm just going to go top with you for solidarity. Like, it's hard for me to vote Feisty here, because while he did have some really nice moments, he had some less nice moments, like getting caught topside, and there was some errors in the early game, but
I think perfect was just perfect.
Whatever you say, Valdez, you know? Whatever you...
Yep, Croc.
I'm just not going to have a strong opinion, I'll just copy your opinion.
Nice. Sometimes that's all you need to do. 15,000 gold at the end.
Yeah, it was...
Another very one-sided game.
It was not close. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The fact that the Drake was even taken was an error on KT's part, but it's kind of a miracle in itself that they just let Jax take that. Mihail's like, just take that. KT with that one big macro error at the end where we were like, that's not anything happening. That's good.
That
but
ain't
they
it.
eventually then just hard forced to fight mid, and that was the end of it.
That was the end of it. And we just need 9 games from here. If we don't get 9, I will feel robbed.
2 down, 7 to go.
It's going to be up to Bro, really. It's going to be up to the Giga Chats. They have to challenge DRX. Otherwise, I think we're doomed to like 7 or 8 games.
Nah, I think they can do it. I think Bro can do it. I think it's happening, Valdez.
Well, I hope so.
Me too.
Will we get our Pog?
It's either gonna be feisty or perfect. So I'm happy either way, to be honest. This is not one of those ones I'd be upset. Like if we didn't see Sound to get didn't see Sound to get game 1, I would have been mad. But I'm not mad here. If like Wei gets it, I'm gonna be like, that's weird, but you know I won't be mad. It seems to be pretty contentious though, because it's not coming up. I'm kind of like, this is the part where we show the
forgot
Pog.
to vote.
This is the part where we show the Pog. It's not coming. Where's the Pog? Give me the Pog.
Getting stressed out. Okay. It's
Okay, he got
perfect.
it. He got it.
Taking damage. 31,000.
Yeah, Renekton has become this new pseudo tank champion because he heals a lot and gore drinkers more.
You could call him a bruiser.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. His role is a little bit more complex than that, but yeah, I mean...
Who has the most Pogs this split? It's tied between Lucid and Calmy. They have 4 each.
Yeah.
Yunos has G-Sun Pog.
G-Sun Pog.
All right. We figured it out.
In LCK, it's Pays currently has the most POGs of the split. He's ahead by 200. So that's just in case you were curious about that as well. But let's see who is going where. Like, do Nongshim pick blue side because they have historically red side pickers? Although they have a 100% win rate on blue side, I think they're gonna pick red side. I think we're gonna have the same sides for the final game.
It might happen, Wolf. But guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be back for game number 3.
포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Hello and welcome back, guys, to the 9-game hopeful stream. As we have had 2 so far, and we're about to get our 3rd of the same series, which means that, you know, I feel
We're
like
a third of the way there.
we need some kind of thing that people in chat can spam, because I know they're very unhappy. You know, they don't have emotes, they don't have channel points to bet on the games and lose. They need something to spam for 9-game series, 9-game days.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like how Cassidon has, like, you know, the pointing at the clock and then Monka S, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we just need, like, 3 out of 9.
I'll take a peek.
Some kind of hopeful face.
I'll take a peek at some of the Twitch global emotes, and I'll find the one that's right for us. Okay. Not right now, because I'll wait till we get into the game or something like that. But I'll take a little peek. Maybe we come up. Maybe chat can put some suggestions in as well for some good spam. As Hewful Phoenix, that one's not the one that we'll be using for this particular case, but it is very appropriate. As we have been Cassante-less, however, so far today.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Cassante's really strong.
He is pretty good.
Jax and Renekton are like number 1 and 2, right?
Well, I mean, if you have a Sejuani, if Sejuani's left open every game, like definitely going down that path. If she's not, maybe Cassante ends up being the right choice. Not that he's bad with Cassante, but she's not bad with Cassante, but it's not as good.
Gragas is up there. I just wonder where Cassante fits in. Like, is he number 3? Is he number 4?
I think he's number 2. Like, well, I mean, Renekton and Jax are 1 together, and then he's 2. And Gragas is like the Jax counter.
Well, if they're 1 together, then he's 3.
Well,
right?
I mean, yeah, I just mean
because they're tied for first.
I guess so, but I'm saying like in terms of the tier. Like
I
he's
see.
2nd tier, but yeah, 3rd in line.
I can't access the stream from the LoL Esports website. They only have the Korean
Yeah, they
broadcast.
hate us, but it's cool. No, I'm kidding. No, we've been trying to get this officially added. It hasn't happened yet, but it should eventually happen, so I'm told.
Eventually. You know, at some point in the future. Maybe the popcorn is good. I like that. Maybe it feels like kind of plain by itself, though. Maybe like something else and then the popcorn. And I feel like there should be a hand pointing at the 3 out of 9.
Okay, so what about, is there emoji for each, like, a finger holding up 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, 5 fingers?
No.
Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was going to say, like, you could just keep going up until 5, and then, like, then do 5 and then 1, and then just keep putting, like, the fingers up until, like, it's counting up to 9. But it looks like, yeah, no. I don't think that's what we're looking for, but
let's do 3 fingers and then out of 9 fingers. I was looking for spam this Slay for the 9-game day.
No Slay emote, no.
How is there not a Slay emote? That doesn't make any sense.
It's Kaisa first pick, by the way. We're going back to it.
So Nongshim are going to take game 3.
Sejuani is gone. So surely KT won't just lock Jackson here for perfect, right? Is it a Renekton Azir angle? I hope not, but it could be. Oh, there's the Azir feisties and Azir one trick today. What's next? Is it the crocodile? I mean, I like Renekton.
The Renekton.
I like, he's my favorite champion right now.
The seemingly random choices.
I mean, it's a very strong draft.
The fights for objectives. It's not exactly that, but it's something like that.
Okay, so we're not doing Varus. That's a step in the right direction. Milio is still available.
No Kronk either.
Yeah, I think we're going to Felios, Milio. Rel,
Jax.
Probably Jax, because it makes sense with the Rel, even without the Sejuani. So now KT are like, ooh, do we have to play the Renekton? No. Play Milio, and then play Gragas into the Jax if the Renekton is banned. If they ban both, cool, you got 2 free bans. That's awesome. Right, KT?
Ooh, I like that, the fingers crossed. It's kind of like, please, 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 you know?
Ooh, that's
that.
decent. That's decent.
The popcorn, I don't know. I feel like the popcorn doesn't work with the fingers crossed, though, for some weird reason.
Yeah, it doesn't really work together, but Unless you
We're
imagine the
gonna get
fingers
it
are
eventually.
holding a piece of popcorn together while they cross. But
You know, I just went and saw a movie recently.
whoa, in 2023.
I know. And Valdez watching movies, like what?
What movie did you see?
Elementals.
Oh yeah, you told me about
Yeah,
this.
I was talking about it in Challengers chat as well. It was great, but that's the last time I had popcorn. And it was the first time I had it in a long while, and it was actually really good.
I have popcorn at home sometimes while I'm just doing whatever I'm doing. It's pretty rare, but sometimes. Alistair banned, obviously with the rel in here. But I think they want to play Milio, so...
And this time they have Poppy. I feel like KT, they're like, okay, we know what you're going to do, but this time we're going to try to counter it harder.
Yeah.
So they're taking away the Yone as well. And they're saying, okay, what else are you going to play in the mid lane? And it is a good question because, you know, Sejuani's gone. So a lot of your melee mids outside of Yone are just off the table, probably. You don't really want to play Veigar, I don't think. I mean, Veigar actually...
Diana mid.
Clearly, yeah.
There's the Gragas gone. So they banned the Gragas. Now you can play the Renekton. You're not going to like it that much, but you can do it.
Play Cassandra.
What if they play... I mean, the Poppy could just be top. Ooh, I get it. They're scared Bilio's a little bit squishy against this comp, but...
They're just trying to go like Poppy Braum, we're just going to disengage forever. Poppy Braum is here. Don't come at me, bro, actually.
Yeah, stay away from me, bro. They're going to play Ornn also, right? Like, Ornn or Scion final pick.
Cassiopeia top. For the just disengage comp of a lifetime.
Corky.
So we were wondering, you know, what are they going to play in mid?
This is what I would have liked to see rather than the Veigar that we
Seems like
saw
the
from
natural...
Bro.
Oh, wait. Annie. Wait, did we forget about Annie?
I forgot about Annie.
I forgot she existed.
Well, this draft from Nongshim looks very powerful. It has a lot of tools to explode the bad guys. I'm not saying that KT Rolster are bad guys. I'm just saying that from Nongshim's perspective,
Yeah.
the enemy champions. Yeah, I'd say just lock that Viego in. So, what's it going to be? Is Poppy going top?
Oh, he's smiling.
Uh-oh.
Why is he smiling?
Because he's in a good mood, Valdez, because he's about to play.
It could be Poppy top.
I mean, I think it's fine. But no, it's just going to be Renekton. Just bringing it all the way back. All the way back. Well,
Braum is an engaged champion. Didn't you see Keria yesterday?
don't.
I think Keria is a very
remind me.
special player. And other people should not try to do what he does.
I don't
regardless
think
of
he
outcome.
should try to do what he did yesterday
Yeah,
either.
sometimes... I feel like maybe nowadays he's beginning to second-guess himself a little bit. Or maybe he's not second-guessing himself enough.
I don't really know
It's
how
hard.
those you could have those two feelings at the same time, but I'm
You
gonna
are not
support you.
Keria. Your teammates are not T1. Do not max Q on Braum. Except everybody does.
Yeah, like literally everybody. So
Like literally, like every single... We check every time, and every single person maxes Q on Braum.
yeah. So that's just the way it is. That's the standard. And Nongshim, this comp, it's got Wombo, it's got Hard
Caster.
Engage, it's
Who
got
got a
Poke.
better draft?
I'm doing it.
The betters, they are waiting, okay? They are
Nongshim
listening.
got it.
They're hinging on your every word.
It's Nongshim. It's the answer. The answer is Nongshim. They have the better draft.
All right.
KT Rolster though, Feisty's on Comfort, perfect on Comfort. Don't know if it's going to work out in this case. They got the Poppy for Disengage. Hype has to carry this game. And with now that he's not on Varus, I think the chances are higher in this draft that he could actually pull it off.
Should have played Melio. Anyway,
Nongshim have never lost on blue side. Just
they
to
have
give you the
never
stats.
lost out of 2 games so far. This is
2
their
and 0.
3rd game on blue side ever for Summer. In the history of Summer 2023. And KT, they really drafted into 5 bajillion disengaged things. We'll see if it works out for them. I think this early game will decide and dictate how this one is going to go yet again. Although we did see KT kind of floundering a little bit in the mid-game of last game. Let's see how this one goes as we hop into the Rift for game number 3.
Do you ever wonder why we never get the rift from the perspective of top lane? Why is it always from bottom lane? I think
It's
that's a bit
because the
biased.
top lane doesn't matter.
It does matter a lot in this meta, though.
Even if the top lane matters in this meta, it still doesn't matter.
I think, Valdez, I'm here to tell you, I think it matters. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm like, I think it's actually pretty important.
Well, the thing is that the top lane has never mattered. So even if it does matter, it doesn't matter. Because we need, it's like global warming, right? Like you need years and years of change to have a different situation. I'm not going to be convinced off of one patch, Wolf, okay?
Okay.
You can't tell me that the top lane matters all of a sudden after 7-8 years of it not I mean, you know,
Baron's
I'm
on the
reaching.
top side of the map. Like
There have been metas where top lane has mattered in the past, and it still didn't matter.
I mean, like Con Riven, just there was a time. There was a time. But Smeb?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Lee Sin, Tops,
Rascal.
Remember Voyboy?
Yes.
I think he was the first one. Top does matter when bot needs plates. Bot lane's losing, we need to send them top to get plates. Yes, exactly.
I'm just saying, chat. Sometimes I want to see the rift from the perspective of top lane when we do our opening. I want to do from top side.
Valdez is anti-top lane. I mean, League of Legends is anti-top lane.
So if this is top, look at see the little window that shows the river in the background that goes like down and down and down?
Yeah.
What's that? Is that like advanced top? Like where does that go? Where does that go? If this is top, then where is that? Okay.
It's
look!
zoomed out for us.
Yeah. Like where does that river really go?
I feel like he was actually listening. He's like trying to pan over there, but he has to stay professional and actually watch the game. Unfortunate. We should just zoom in on the river. Yeah, that's just MMO spoiler actually.
Okay.
That's like gonna be the starting area. That's like Elwyn Forest, except in Runeterra.
So it matters really little, like less than top lane. This is the starting area.
I mean, it's kind of when the MMO finally comes out when I'm a grandpa. I think that'll be like one of my best memories. Though I'll be like, it finally came out, or more like, it finally came out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play it. It doesn't matter how old I am. And
Perfect is probably dead.
Ooh, level 3 gang stun comes in. Perfect is dead, in fact, and sound a very clean flash away once again. Looks like Nongshim. They know where their bread is buttered. They remember game 1.
Didn't even get baited into the Viego transform. Like, see it? Just walking away. Feels like game 1 all over again. Mihail, Jack's ahead. Uh-oh. As he has no vision here, unfortunately. He realizes what's happening. And yeah, he goes for he goes for the empowered W, thinking that's going to be enough to trade the kill back, and it almost was.
You know what to zoom in. Then the Korean side would be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, what are we looking at?
Casters are starting to wonder about what's going on out there. They're starting to wonder about like advanced top.
Yeah, we have been locked into Summoner's Rift for a good, like 11 years now? Probably, actually, a lot more than that at this point. Okay, here comes the gang from the Poppy. As Calmy is trying not to flash, and he will not have to. Wow, just able to hold on to that. Very nicely done. He had a stun there at the end. Maybe he could have like turned around and gotten the kill, but that would have been risky.
I think
might have just died instead.
If he like Qs there, maybe but he probably trades it if he does.
Yeah.
Might have been able to get a flash though. Humbug actually did flash already, so. Yeah, it was a scary situation on both sides there, but bottom side of the map not going so well here as we see the early back for Hype. He's going to lose a little bit of CS. Wave being held there, so now they're kind of disconnected, and that's going to be an extra back for Wave. As Mihail, I don't think this is this is just the beginning of the lead he's looking for. I think we will see more attention topside because that's exactly what they did in game 1. But yeah, it's like the Truman Show, you know? You guys seen the Truman Show where Jim Carrey like eventually realizes like he's in a simulation? When do the players realize there's something else going on down there? Like when do they go, wait a minute, there's like more to the world than this?
Yeah.
Mihail's checking it out right now. He's like, oh my god. He's
We're
like,
panning up
he's
again.
like, what's over there?
We got
It's like Pride
Zoom
Rock
out.
over there. Like, hey, look at all the river flows deep, man. Where's the League of Legends Pocahontas to tell these players about what's going on?
There's like 4 Pride Rocks out there. You see that?
Yeah.
I want to go on that left one. That looks
They
really
need to
steep.
paint with all the colors of the wind, Valdez.
It's getting me hyped for the MMO. Sorry about that. I might have to wait like 20 years for that one. But yeah, I mean, I assume there will be a grassy plains type biome in the MMO somewhere in Runeterra, and it's going to look like that.
So, I mean, what also could happen is, speaking of things that could happen, Humbug here does have Cryo from his bot lane, so hold this thought.
This is getting pretty spicy. Although no,
Feisty
really.
6.
Oh, Feisty is looking for it, and Sounded does not have flash. So that's going to be a dead Viego. Nice pick from the side of Feisty. Had to use his flash, but I think it's worth it. As now they're gonna wait. They smited Tibbers.
Yeah, they smited Tibbers, so
now you gotta wait.
I mean,
for
the
your
enemy
smite to go
jungler's
off.
dead, but it's very awkward. I don't know if I would have smote Tibbers there.
It's okay. He's getting it back. He's gonna have the second one. This is a very extended fight for the first Drake. TP coming in from Feisty.
Sound is going
And
top. They're
it
giving up on
leashes
this.
again.
Yeah, they're just putting Sound to top, and they will eventually be able to get this, but they're going to try to gank this Renekton. Sounda is a tricky guy.
Is Valdez mentioning the right MMO? Is that on the bingo card?
Should
I
be.
didn't see it, but it probably should be. It's been a while since I've mentioned it, actually. Kind of because I lost a little bit of hope, to be honest, you know?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd hear the day.
I just thought that maybe something would come out this year in terms of a small announcement or at least some kind of schedule, but it's just total radio silence. So I'm just like, well,
I mean, I think earlier this year they were like, it's going to be a while. Something like that. That's basically all we heard.
they kind of say that every year too, so that's not necessarily a good sign.
Yeah. But it's not worse than it was before.
Will Arcane Season 2 beat the Riot MMO? I think absolutely.
Yes.
It's probably like gonna come out very soon, actually. Riot
I
Season
think
2, or
my-
Arcane Season 2.
My guess is probably late next year. Maybe after Worlds. I mean, that's just complete speculation. Please don't clip this and put it on the front page of
Please
Reddit
clip it and
make
take
me
it
lose my job.
totally out of context and make some fake news about it.
I'm going to say don't do that, but you guys can do whatever you want.
Hey, people do it all the time. I
mean,
just, you know,
If we did,
giving them the idea so that I can take responsibility for it in the future.
but think of how much attention that would bring to Challengers Korea.
yeah. What if this just became the leak stream?
Yeah, let's actually just leak. Like, let's turn this into Doinby's stream.
This is the very secret thing that only a few people know about, only a few thousand. And we just leak stuff all the time.
I heard that Faker has 6 toes on his right leg, on his right foot. You heard it here first.
Good news, the MMO releases in the year ending with 4. Bad news, it releases in a decade starting with 3. So yes, in the year 2034, we are...
Year 3000.
Sorry, 2034. Could happen. Feisty doesn't have flash. He's got to be careful. He's trying to set it up onto Calmy, who also doesn't have flash. Tibbers says no thank you.
Yeah, Tibbers is just hanging out. What do you call the Teemo Tibbers?
Gigatino.
Gigatemo?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not-
Gigatad.
No, I mean, it's okay. Like, you know, it's not the greatest name I've ever heard, but
Yeah, it's like a placeholder.
Call Me has stun, but he has no friends. They're on the opposite side of the river.
That's
Sound
not
is
very
like
nice.
just.
I'm sure he has a lot of friends.
I mean, he doesn't have any friends with him in the rift at the moment. So one of the things that could happen that I was going to talk about earlier about the MMO is what if the MMO actually is just completely contained within Summoner's Rift? Like the biomes are like this part of the river right here.
The jungle.
It's like very small MMO. It's like a massively multiplayer yet massively
It's like
small.
it's like Toontown.
I mean, Toontown I think is bigger than Summoner's Rift, but
Yeah, I guess so.
is T1 Wolf the
T-Bers.
biggest LoL streamer in Korea? I would say probably yeah.
I think he is.
I think so. T-Bers, I like that one. That's a good one.
It kind of sounds like what Annie says on the Korean clients as well.
Yeah.
Tiba! I think that was pretty accurate.
Yeah, no, that's about exactly what it sounds like.
Oh, there you go. T-Bot comes out as now we got Rel as well, and just total dunkage from 3 people on the side of Nongshin.
Oh.
Okay.
I was like I was like, I just thinking like, wait, Emperor's Divide is coming out. I'm like, oh, he's Viego. Oh. Am I the greatest Budichi creator in Korea? Absolutely. Oh.
Yeah, you know, I think there's only one. Oh, Jax got the kill. And he stays alive.
Lived.
Wow, Mihail, what a dunk master.
I actually think that the potion, the refillable potion, is too strong. It's way too strong.
And the Triumph.
The Triumph refillable potion, Jack's attack range, way too strong. No way Perfect should have been robbed like this. As he goes in with Dominus, and
It was pretty close.
it was, but he doesn't have W, so he can't stun again. And Mihail hesitates, but Triumph is enough.
There's a couple of messages that are just like straight in a row, and I allowed it with my mod powers, and then they immediately get sniped by Nightbot. It's like I allowed it, and then they just get dunked on anyway.
Is
Nightbot's too powerful.
Is it the new hoo-hoo? Remember my I think oh this is the new one.
Thart is a F-king joke. How is Jax alive? Space question mark. What the hell is going on in the chat right now?
It also
This
didn't
isn't YouTube chat.
It didn't actually get banned, but it's just an explanation of what happened to Jax there. In Arabic, it looks like.
Yeah, well, I think it's just the Counter-Strike explanation in Arabic, I guess. I don't know. It was such a long message, and it didn't get, like, Nightbot's like, no, yeah, that's fine.
Nightbot's like, that's cool. It's fine.
But like 4 O's in a row, no, absolutely not. Like, the word suck, nope, not allowed. Absolutely not.
HH is alone for the time being.
This is Minecraft.
Oh,
Okay.
it's just the Counter-Strike
Yeah.
explanation. Okay. That was Poppy's reaction to the chat. Poppy's like, his E does what? Okay, Perfect. Man, Perfect is always making me nervous, man. He is not living up to his name today. He's doing all right, okay? He's doing okay.
He's okay,
He had a
yeah.
game 2 that was pretty fine, but like, Perfect is far from explains what we are seeing from him today. They're just gonna turn this one back around, at least this time with the ultimate.
He was going Super Saiyan, man. He's going even further beyond, man. I don't know what that was. I've never heard anything like that. And the voice line just kept going even though he wasn't spinning
Yeah,
anymore.
I know.
Just standing there.
It's just... It's gonna be a 9 game, right? I'm feeling it.
It better
Valdez.
be.
I
It
am
better be.
feeling it.
We can't have 3 games and then have just boring 2-0 stomps. That's just not allowed. That would ruin the mood. It would just be over. Is this live or is this a replay?
It's from 2025, yeah.
It's a replay from the future. It's a rebroadcast of an AI. See, like, Nightbot's totally fine with his giant spam messages in, not even in English. Doesn't matter.
Nope, it doesn't matter. You know what also doesn't matter to KT? Contesting this second Drake. As Hype had red-white, but they didn't have Prio. Feisty had teleport, flash. Is up a level. Nope, not gonna fight that. Ocean Soul, indeed. Better than Chemtech.
Hi, I'm new to League. So a question, do you divide the map into half horizontally or diagonally? Oh, stun? T-Baz getting in there as well, but I'm just gonna walk away from this one.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's totally fine.
Had to cleanse, but you know, it is what it is.
Leandri's on that Tibber, so Hambok's gonna burn for a minute.
Ouch.
So, if we play the Challengers game right now, Jax is the reason why I think Nongshim is going to win this one, even though it's still pretty close.
It's definitely closer than the other two games so far, but Nongshim's still in a pretty solid lead.
The Jax will eventually kill things, and I don't know how KT stops it from happening. And that's like my analysis of this situation, and I don't think it's going to get better anytime soon unless they collapse. It's getting better, actually, for Nongshim.
Ooh, bit of an issue here for Perfect. Got the Perfect issue. Sound is just doing this alone, but... I just want to let it go every single time now.
Well, it's funny. It's
Just let
the
Poppy
greatest
have her
because
moment.
It's just the greatest because, like, what she just, the noise she uttered just explained the entire situation. It just explained the entire situation. And then she walks away, and she can do it again. Hanbok's ready. Unfortunately, they're going to give the objective up, so I don't think he's going to do it again. But at least they got the turret bottom side, which will be... Okay, good. We yawed this time. We
did it. We did it.
We yawed him out of there. No sounda, but the Rift Herald's still going to crash. We'll get a second charge. Everybody's spinning. We're spinning, Valdez.
I feel like the world is spinning right now.
I feel like I'm spinning. The room is spinning. The game is spinning. Dude, somebody asked if we look at the rift horizontally or diagonally. It's spinning.
It's spinning.
We look at it from the angle of it spinning. It is
that's actually a
revolving.
good question.
Does it spin on an axis? It looks like it to me right now.
Like, is Runeterra spinning?
Probably.
And we just can't tell because it's happening very slowly. Maybe if we zoom in on the background.
Was anyone in chat there yesterday
We could know.
when Ox was able to share the secret information with Atlas about why Runeterra is flat? I'm gonna tell you guys the truth for those who witnessed that. And then the paper suddenly mysteriously had water spilled on it. Yeah, it was not true. It was fake news. There's actually no secret information. It's not flat. I'm putting it out there. I'm actually a non-flat Runeterran believer. I'm not a flat Runeterraner.
Runeterraner? Yeah, it should be a Runeterran.
That was actually just not true. I hope nobody was deceived by Ox last night.
Yeah, Ox is he's a tricky fellow.
It is not flat. It's not flat. You guys saw the background. Look at how curved it was in the background.
Yeah, definitely.
They said that if you keep walking forward, you come out on the other side. This is not Pac-Man.
I didn't realize Wolf is a round Runeterran. Feels weird, man. Oh God, what is happening to Tiba? Tiba! Tiba,
Perfect.
no!
This is probably not the choice.
Don't do it.
That was probably not the choice. Probably not the choice to stay there. They got a teleport.
Okay. Yeah, they got the teleport, they got the kill, and now they're gonna get the turret, and nothing else is. Wait, what are you? Okay, they're gonna let it happen. They're like, you know what? We shouldn't let them just TP for no reason. That would be bad.
Okay, we traded our teleport. You can have. We're gonna take yours. It's fair. We're square, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're square.
No, it's
feisty,
round.
feisty. We're square.
No, it's round.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Nothing exists past top lane and bot lane. Just a cliff.
I mean, I saw it out there. Like I'm telling you guys saw it there. As this is.
I don't want to watch Tiba again. I felt really bad for him.
We got Tiba on.
Oh
Tiba.
God, no!
Tiba,
Stop.
Tiba on TiVo. It was recorded. You can watch it later. Remember TiVo?
TiVo, yeah. They used to call it something else, like DVR or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids nowadays, they don't know what you used to have to do.
Yeah. No, they have no idea. If you didn't watch it live, that was it. There was no VODs.
You had to record your own VOD if you wanted to watch it.
Put it on a VHS tape. You really wanted to watch that show again? Guess you have to ruin Mom's wedding video.
TiVo is the brand, DVR is the active tech. There you go. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Home movies.
Yeah. It's a really weird looking TV with like arms and legs. Is the brand.
Do you think you can go to Summoner's Rift in the MMO?
Yeah, probably.
Like, what if they just had a full-scale Summoner's Rift there.
They could also turn
It's like a mini game you play League in the MMO.
Well, you could also like have a PvP mode, yeah, where you like you set up 5v5s on Summoner's Rift, but with your characters in the MMO. That'd be cool.
But is it like League of Legends, or is it like what, first-person view League
No,
of
it's just
Legends?
like an arena. No, it's like an arena mode. You know, like WoW, but with some objectives
It's
you
too
gotta pick
big.
up. I don't know. It'd be like Smite. Remember that game?
파괴되었습니다.
Yes.
Something like that. I don't know. I never played Smite, to be honest.
2v2 and MMO. Wolf, are we going pro in the 2v2 mode?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna be you and I.
It's the dream team.
Yeah. Perfect is like really. He should not touch that Annie. Don't bother her.
Yeah, especially T-Bot.
Don't wake the sleeping bear.
Yeah. Who was that?
That's Viego's recall animation.
Why does he make that noise?
I don't know. I think it's the jungle pet, maybe. But I heard it
I don't
before.
think so.
I don't know what that is, but I think it's it's the second time we had that this game, so I think it's Viego's.
It's
Yeah,
Lunar
Beast Viego. Yeah.
The Korean voiceover, man, goes so hard, especially on challengers where we bump up the volume to 500% on all of them. When are we gonna get Lissandra back in the meta?
Don't. I mean, she's always on the edge. I'm happy for her to stay there. Don't mention her too much. Players might get some ideas about it. Maybe when Ari moves back up to tier 1, we'll start coming back out. But
Ari is there. It's just that Azir's better.
yeah,
she's
just
so good right now.
Yeah, she's just not. I mean, the thing is, you pick Ari because you didn't get the better one. That's kind of how it is. As Feisty, you might be dead. Okay, well now they're not gonna walk in. That was Sounda exerting his dominance. They know. They know. He knows.
Yeah, honestly, they're aware of it.
Honestly, they're aware of it.
Oh. How much first strike gold did he get? 67.
Yeah, it's big.
67.
He turned Feisty's health bar into a cannon minion.
Wow.
Viego, he's getting very talkative today.
Yeah, he's generally like that. Especially with the Lunar Beast skin.
We haven't really talked about the game for the last 20 minutes because there hasn't been a lot of game happening, but the Baron vision control here in the setup here for Nongshim is pretty good. Yeah, well, that's... Leandri's isn't going to hurt the turret. Calm, you're going to have to actually get in there and do it yourself.
Do it, Tibbers. Oh, no. He was
Timed
trying.
out.
Oh, man.
I think KT could probably just start the Baron. They're going to try to put Mihail in the bottom lane to threaten the turret. Or sorry, not KT, excuse me, Nongshim Esports Academy. As Mihail is pushing bottom. Wei putting up a door, and this is really scary for KT, but it's going to get even scarier when the Jack starts hitting the turret. So the W resets have begun.
Thank you,
빨간팀의 포탑이
Nix.
파괴되었습니다.
Yeah,
Great,
I'm glad that you're
great
enjoying
name.
it.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to be entertaining for you guys.
The game is just, it's just not providing that entertainment right now. So,
it's all right. Call me and Hambach. They're doing it. You know. Let me hear that. Let me hear that poppy ult one more time. Come on. Got him. That's how Annie says it.
Just gonna spend the whole cast just saying the Korean voice lines.
Okay, Hambach needs help.
Yeah,
They're losing.
He's
they're
not
losing
the only
on,
one.
They're losing on both sides. They're losing on both sides.
Get him, Tiba. No.
I mean, Hype. He's got 2 items. Is he ready to fight? Are they actually gonna commit? Perfect TP in. Maybe start Baron on this back timer. KT. The angle.
Do they know that someone's in there? Because they didn't see him pass by. I think there's a chance.
Teleport.
I guess they didn't know they're gonna find Hype. He's so okay and alive. He is gonna get pretty low here though, and the poke is coming in. Even Hambach is feeling it.
Miles is just gonna end the
just
game.
here.
Just gonna end the game. Nah, he's gonna teleport top and trap him. They don't know. He's coming. Oh, he's coming.
Oh god. Oh, the Poppy ult is huge. saves his life.
I think
literally.
they are still in trouble, though.
They're trying to turn this on to Sounda as a massive sweep comes in. They are going to get the rel, and Stopwatch is here. And Mihail now joining the fight, but the Counter-Strike isn't going to get anything done as so many low health bars. Feisty barely goes down to the red buff, I believe, and it is enough as now one by one the dominoes fall. Triple kill for Palmy as Nongshim finally get a fight in their terms.
Definitely not the cleanest fight, but they are going to take it in the end. Good Poppy ultimate there to delay the inevitable, as Hype was instantly deleted. Notice he did 86 damage in that fight. That was the best he could do. Can't do any more than that, as he is instantly deleted. But watch this. Oh, we're just skipping. We're skipping all of that, and we're just gonna watch Mihail, save his life. But he couldn't actually do anything after that. Like he's like, I'm healing, I'm severing him. No, he's not even coming back down. Feisty's engaging. He's like, I'm going home. He went up to a third health, and then finally when he rejoins,
was actually smurfing. Like he did literally everything he could.
And Hype is like out here trying to. Yeah, that was
the anti-flank. Yeah, too good.
Wasn't clean. HH. Thought for a second maybe he was a little bit too far forward, but he's gonna be okay. Dragon is going over to Nongshim Esports Academy at the same time as they are gonna move up to Soul Point. The game is not over, but the observers and the production staff are showing us the gold leads are once again immense. I mean, the Hull Breaker plus Stopwatch is a big problem.
It's feeling a little bit Brover.
Feels a little bit that way.
A little bit Katover.
Yeah. Get a little bit Nongshim Esports Acad over.
Yeah. A little Jover, yeah.
Game is still throwable. Not sure. I kind of would have liked Ludens here, to be honest, for Vital. The Rage Blade
Rover Coaster.
The Rage Blade here, I'm not sure how much of an impact it's going to make in these fights, but you know, I guess he could really have built anything with the lead that they have, as this inhibitor is going to get destroyed by Baron buff minions.
Did Poppy just join the cast? Yeah, it was Poppy the whole time.
The whole
and
time.
Annie.
It's literally impossible to throw this game.
Someone pointed out that it had been a while since you said dichotomy.
Yeah, true.
Just,
yeah, I usually say it a lot.
Yeah.
I do say it a lot, but I didn't say it today.
I think they were trying to say that maybe it was about time that we got another dichotomy.
I think it's not time yet.
Okay. Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Can he hit the last one?
This is why Kai'Sa is just dumb. Because not only can she do that, but she'll also just destroy your team if she gets in your back line for free. Poppy's still spinning to this day, they said, as, yeah, Viego can't Emperor's Divide anything, but he is going to go in for a little bit of damage, you know. D.Va is out again. He goes down, and, you know, he's just trying his best. But with the Baron buff, I think Nongshim might finally get it done. Well.
Right. Right. TP.
Sound on the right side has Stopwatch buying some time. And the knockup does come in with the Daisel Fissure, but it does not matter. Mihail is in the front line. Very nice Magma Storm. Feels like that was like the first one we saw all game. Either way, that's going to be the end of this game, guys. Nongshim will take the... Okay, Sounda, you didn't have to do that. Nongshim is going to take game number 3. And, you know, we had a good 15-minute lull state where we talked about different types of Rune Terrans and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Nongshim, the better team. They were the better team coming into this series. They made it 3 games, did KT. But at the end of the day, Nongshim still on top.
Yeah. You said it was 15 minutes. I feel like it was a 20-minute lull state. Either way, not a whole lot going on there. KT, I mean, all 3 games were one-sided. The 3rd game took a little bit longer to get to that one-sided state. But KT with a little bit of a disappointing performance tonight, I'd say. Obviously, 2 of those games going very poorly for them, especially on the top side. As we saw once again, game kind of defined by a Jax lead. Not much you could do to slow this guy down. And then in the comp for KT, like, the only time they did anything was when Feisty ulted and they engaged that way. Otherwise, they never front to back, they never set up fights, never engaged, never really utilized the Poppy. She started spinning sometimes, but didn't actually get anything done. And this comp can work, but KT looked like extremely uncomfortable. And the Renekton did so much damage because of side lanes, but also just because every time they went in, he was on top of a bunch of people, but there was no follow-up, there was no damage from the Aphelios at all.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. I do feel like, you know, with the games being as one-sided as they are, and the Challengers teams having a little bit of trouble of playing from behind and really enabling their carries to do damage, it does feel like that is a little bit of a struggle street for all the AD carries that we saw play in all the 3 games. And yes, guys, playing from behind is hard. It is difficult. Best of 3 or best of 5, it is best of 3, and we have 3 of them. That's why we're hoping for the 9 gamers today.
We have a lot of you guys in here today. It's going to be a 9-gamer. Spread the word, follow this channel, or subscribe on YouTube, you know, whichever where you are. And we do this every week, every Monday, every Tuesday. I'm doing a little bit of a shill here for the Challengers broadcast. I know the hardcore chatters know they've been following forever. Is Call Me.
Hey.
We'll pick it up. It was between him and top for me, Mihail. I ended up going for Mihail myself. I know you went for Call Me, but
Yeah. I was a based T-Ba voter. And you know what? He survived a lot. He got that one big flank in like the one team fight, and he pressed his R button a lot. I would have loved to see like the first strike numbers, but we don't have a observer PC in this room, unfortunately.
it was pretty high,
So,
no doubt.
I'm sure it
and
was. I'm sure it was upwards of like 600-700.
He dropped bears on people, and he did a lot of damage with the Andres. It's a pretty fair vote.
He did as well as an Annie player could do.
Pretty much.
He did his job.
A third of his team's damage. And this was a back and forth series, I guess you could say, but it really wasn't. All 3 games were one-sided. But the Nongshim Nongshim Esports Academy blue side win rate still 100%, 3 for 3. They tripled the games and still maintained that 100% win rate.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Well, guys, it's time for the interview, which means that it is time for the caster and chat community corner, otherwise known as C4. We don't have.
It's explosive.
Yes, it is explosive. We don't plant any bombs or spikes in this game, unfortunately, but we still do have C4.
But
Yeah, we did see Ziggs recently, actually.
yeah, he can put a little bomb down.
He does do some bomba from time to time. We get Gragas regularly, so that kind of counts, I guess, as well. What do you hate more, Valdez? Top lane or blast plants? I don't hate top lane.
He hates top
I just
lane.
think that it's not relevant. Blast plants are very relevant, unfortunately, and so I hate them a lot more.
He hates top lane also. He does.
No, I don't think so.
I'm
never
glad
getting a
that
subscribe button for LCK CL Global.
I don't know.
Well, if you have the script,
I don't
you're
have the
supposed
answer.
to tell
I don't
us.
have the answer, but I'm glad that we got a glimpse of what's behind the top lane. I think that was the real. Like, I learned
We
more
did
from
learn
that
some.
today.
I feel like I have more questions than answers.
Yeah,
though.
I do too. But like, I feel like that's the real takeaway from that third game for me.
Yeah. Shout out to Yundo for like trying to let us know.
We got. We're never gonna get a
got a
glimpse
good
like that in
look.
LCK for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that would never happen.
What anime are you guys watching now?
What is the most recent anime that I've watched? Probably like Arcane? That's not really an anime, is it?
I was rewatching One Punch Man a few months ago. I didn't finish it, and I want to see the newest season of Mob Psycho. I just haven't actually committed because I'm just too busy playing video games all the time. I don't have time
It's
to
a
watch TV.
high-level Noxian illusion. There's nothing outside of the Rift. That's not true. According to the lore, Runeterra exists, and all of these champions come from many different places and diverse areas. If you, Batchest, watched Arcane, then you would know as well.
It's not flat.
Piltover and Zon.
It's not flat.
Zaun. Keep your hands off. Izokin was very good and cute. If y'all Yeah, I don't watch anime that often.
I
if
used
ever.
to, but the way anime changed since I watched it, like the last time I was really into it was
How did it
like, in high
change?
school. It's just not.
Maybe you changed.
Maybe I'm too old for it now or something. But I feel like the anime art style changed a lot, and it feels the storylines feel less mature, if that makes sense. And people dying and lots of blood does not equal mature storyline. Before somebody in chat's like, but I watched the one where they kill them a lot and people's heads get cut. I'm like, that's not what I mean. But it used to be less weird, yeah. It used to be less weird, Bun Bun Squish.
Maybe we're just old.
Maybe that is
Bun
it.
Bun
I mean,
was saying
that's
that we
maybe
were
what it is.
basically ancient as dirt earlier on.
We are.
In terms of casting, at least, which is what she was talking about. But what does it mean? Maybe we just got too old for the
Yu Yu Hakusho is a good
mature
one.
anime storylines that used to seem mature to us, but they're not anymore. Leave my kid cartoons alone.
Erased was the anime that I watched most recently that I really liked.
Evangelion.
Yes, it is what I like. Yes.
Wolf does like that. We need an adult anime for businessmen. I feel like that's an emote, but we can't see it.
Yeah, see, everybody likes Erased. Erased was really good. That was one of the shows I watched maybe in 2021 or maybe late 2020, and I was like, I'll try this. I've heard it's very good. I know it's a little bit older, but I was like, it was on Netflix, and I was like, yeah, just check it out. I watched it on the plane. It was actually really, really good.
I played Honkai Star Rail. Does that count as watching an anime?
I mean, from what I've seen, probably.
I
Looks like
think it, yeah.
Monster, actually top tier. If you have the patience to get through Monster, the payoff is absolutely worth it. I also think it has a great start. It gets a little bit like, its story is good the whole time, but it does like have a little dip in terms of the action. But that's actually like some of the best parts of the show. But if you're looking for like, I want to see like big fights, and maybe it's not for you, but Monster is fantastic. Very popular in Korea as well. Everybody read it in Korea. Nobody really watched the anime, but
Psyche on Netflix is a bind on pickup.
I think it says it's a bop.
Yeah, bind on pickup.
I think it just means that he thinks it slaps. He thinks it's pretty good.
Okay. It's what? It's just too bad that we came to the part where the protagonist reincarnates as a vending machine. What?
The Ein is cool, but what's the name of the penguin from Evangelion? The Evangelion penguin is actually the greatest.
It's, Gerald.
It's not Gerald. Is it just Pingu? Pen Pen?
Pen
Pen
Pen.
sounds right. Pen Pen sounds right.
Noot noot. Maybe it's that.
I don't think it's that. But the penguin is great.
Ein isn't a goat, it's a dog. Should have known. When is Goku being added to League?
Might be time.
We have Cassante, so I'm pretty sure he's already in. Well, guys, on that note, we have been told to stop comments. So thanks for watching the first series. We have 2 more on the way. We'll be back after about a half-hour break. We'll see you then.